The backbone connected to the shoulder bone connected to the neck bone connected to the head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Hello, Sharky. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Cass.
Hello.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Mr. Bones. This is the show in which we play Mr. Bones. Hello. This one's been a long time coming. Long time coming for me. 2018, when I first planned on writing about this game, and then, like many articles for the old badgamehalloffame.com, did not come to fruition. But this one had, let's say, a better reason than most. We'll get into that as we get into the history section, because this game warrants a history section, to be sure. Mr. Bones initially released October 18th, 1996 in North America, March 13th, 1997 in Europe, and June 26th, 1997 in Japan, exclusively for the Sega Saturn, developed by Zono Inc. and Pacific Softscape, and published by Sega. Now, before we get going here, I gotta ask you two up front, what are your familiarities with skeletons?
I have at least one.
All right, very good. It's better than having none, I'll tell you that much. Okay, real question. What is y'all's familiarity with Mr. Bones, the video game?
So, I never had a Saturn, but I remembered seeing ads for it in game magazines at the time. And like a lot of Saturn games, I was like, oh, that looks cool. Too bad I can't play it. Later on, I had heard of it through reputation as well. I had seen cutscenes. I have seen playthroughs of this game. It has that Saturn je ne sais quoi, you know? Like,
no, the Genesis is a different console. Better luck next time.
Okay, the Saturn ne sais quoi. The it had that feel of the console that is not going to win this generation, so they're just going to put out some stuff, you know? And that's a very positive thing in my book.
How about you, Johnny?
Yeah. Well, firstly, I have a model skull, and I have a candle holder that's a little skeleton man where you put the candle in the bottom. So I actually have a lot of familiarity with skeletons, actually. Thank you for asking.
Glad to have an expert here. Glad to have an expert on hand.
Sega Saturn, on the other hand, if you asked me 20 years ago what Sega consoles were there, I'd be like, oh, there was the Mega Drive, and then there was the Dreamcast. And there was no other, because as far as I knew, the Saturn didn't exist. I never saw it advertised, I never saw it in stores, no one talked about it. So I didn't find out about the Sega Saturn until I would have got into like Giant Bomb around late 2000s. And I think that is where I would have found out about Mr. Bones, and they would have covered it at some point. I believe they did a full playthrough, or at the very least they definitely looked at brief parts. But that's where most of my Sega Saturn knowledge comes from. Is those lads.
So barely anything to do with Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
That is fair. For my part, this is a game that I discovered in 2018, maybe a little earlier than that, in my diving for obscurities and whatnot, but was not aware of it contemporaneously, even though I did in fact have a Saturn and was something of an avid games magazine reader. This one just never showed up on my radar. There may be reasons for that, but again, we'll get into those in the history section. But as someone who has, in fact, played through this game before, in pursuit of writing that article that never was, I have opinions on it. I want to say up front, creatively ambitious. We're not going to fault this game for having ideas and throwing them against the wall, seeing what sticks. This is clearly a personal project, a dream, passion project on the part of one particular Sega producer. Sorry, Slime Generator in chat says, I went to see Mr. Bones in concert last month. Very intelligent person who hasn't lost any of his integrity. Tons of backbone. Shut up!
Yeah. You know, that's enough ribbing out of you, Slime. No more of that.
John, I have a bone to pick with you after this. Skeleton jokes, folks. We got them. God help us, we got him.
You numbskulls.
Well, speaking of skulls, sometimes I've heard there are some folk out there who like to drink from skulls. They'll get themselves a skull, cut the top off, and then fill it with their beverage of choice. And maybe, just maybe, one day, that will be the vessel for Turkey Stream Snack.
Now, I don't have one of those. I do have the bottle for Crystal Head, or Crystal Skull vodka. But I don't know where it is. Anyway, tonight's stream snack is Farm Rich jalapeno poppers. And our drink, as I grab it, is S'morey Time cold brew latte s'more flavor from Bones Coffee Company.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So
Coffee.
The can here has a skeleton, and it's got a Sasquatch, and it's got a Wolfman cooking s'mores. So let's try this. I went ahead and poured it over some ice and give it a go.
In the meantime, I'm going to crack open a blueberry pomegranate brisk iced tea because I saw they do blue drinks, and I'm like, I like blue drinks. So if I can get this cap off, I'll be drinking this soon enough. Also have my Monster Energy because I know I'm going to need it tonight.
So, if you've ever had those like Starbucks prepackaged frappuccinos that they sell like at the grocery stores and stuff, like the s'mores flavor of that, it does taste like that, but like on the back end, there's a bit of a smoky flavor actually. Yeah, I don't think it's generally present in those prepackaged, iced lattes from Starbucks. Not bad. Not bad at all.
This drink says blueberry pomegranate. They might as well have called it bullshit blue raspberry, which is fine. I like a blue raspberry. But, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still on my 2-drink arc. I have my caramel latte. And I got something healthy. I like to look after my bones. So I have this drink someone got me. It's called Immunity Vit Hit, which is water, juice, tea, and vitamins. And this is a dragon fruit yuzu blend. I did check the nutritional information on the back, and it doesn't list calcium, so I think I fucked up on that regard.
Should have just gotten a nice glass of milk.
Yeah, let me give it a try here.
I think I've had immunity on the show before, possibly.
Consult the spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It?
It's mostly in the aftertaste. You feel it. And then I do have a little stream snacky. I have a Kit Kat milk tea. This is from the Japan range where they have like 50 plus flavors. I've had one of these before. It is very nice. I'm a fan of milk tea. One of the few teas I still enjoy. It's a very strong one, but it's nice, so I'll probably dig into that later.
And for my snack, I'm chewing on a bone. I just gotta get a big old bone here, and it's gonna be chewing on that periodically throughout the show.
Got a dog dish bowl in front of you that says Cass, that the bone is just laying on. All right, Owen, I think that'll do it for the stream snack then.
Thank you kindly. Well, with that squared away, there's little left to do but transition to that 4x3 screen and have ourselves a bit of a history section. Edward Ettore ed Annunziata, a game developer whose career began in the 1980s, initially designing games for microcomputers the likes of the Atari 800 and Apple II, before being picked up by Sega of America in the 90s to work as a designer and producer on their behalf. Some of his earliest titles produced include Spider-Man on the Master System and Genesis. I think the full title is Spider-Man versus the Kingpin, but they just branded as Spider-Man in the boxes for that. Mario Lemieux Hockey, Lemiexes, Lemieux. I don't know from hockey. I don't know if that's a name, if that's a big get for Sega or not. And the infamous Shakan, the Forever Man on Genesis, also produced by this man, Ed Annunziata. Have either of you played that fucking thing?
I think I actually have, but definitely not for long.
Yeah, it's a ball buster, to say the least. From Ed's work on Shakan, you can begin to gather what kind of producer Ed was, which is to say, an unorthodox one, whose interests lied in building atmosphere and experimenting with unorthodox mechanics rather than simply subscribing to the standard conventions of game design, even when approached to produce licensed fare the likes of 1993's X-Men on Genesis. He couldn't help himself but to incorporate out there ideas, such as mandating that players reset their consoles with the game still active in order to progress.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Of course, where Ed was most likely to shine was in bringing his own original game concepts to fruition and in being given free rein to experiment with the form. Luckily, Sega in the 90s were amenable enough to these sorts of pitches and in greenlighting oddball titles with the off chance of turning out as a fluke success. Sega did a lot of those, and Sailor Soapbox for their part says Lemieux. So, Mario Lemieux's hockey. Glad we squared that away for all the hockey fanatics in the audience. Thank you. Now, if there's one game that folk know Ed for, and one game that he has definitely positioned himself as the father of, it is Ecco the Dolphin, a time-traveling oceanic puzzle platformer developed by Novotrade and published by Sega in 1992, initially for the Genesis, ultimately makes its way to the Sega CD, Game Gear, Master System, Windows 95, and then countless consoles after. I think there's a 3DS version of this. It also spawned 2 sequels with Annunziata's continued involvement and another 2 without him. For a brief synopsis, as Ecco, you are the only dolphin who managed to escape from a giant whirlpool which sucked down your entire pod. The 5 shining stars on his forehead show that Ecco is the chosen one to save them, but that task will not be an easy one, as he will have to travel through time and space with the Atlantean time machine and meet the mystical Asterite in order to defeat the Vortex Queen.
I think that game, for several reasons, gave a lot of kids anxiety disorders.
It gives me an anxiety disorder as an adult. It's frustrating. I hate this game. Despise Ecco the Dolphin. Exactly the kind of game that I have no taste for, even if I admit that it's probably fine. I know it's beloved. And it had been a success for Sega in its time, where despite its out there narrative and seeming lack of edge, putting it slightly out of line with Sega's then current brand identity, it did release to critical acclaim and commercial success to the tune of roughly 600,000 copies sold. That number might not put it in league with Sega's greatest success stories, but it did demonstrate Sega's commitment to greenlighting unorthodox titles, unorthodox to say the least, and prove that Ed could bring his unique concepts to fruition in a marketable form. Because that's the thing. So you gotta temper ambition and wild ideas with innate marketability in this here games industry, and Ed could marry those two properties together.
Yeah, I gotta say, at the time, granted, I was very young, but I do remember seeing Ecco in a lot of places.
Oh no, he was inescapable, this dolphin, I tell you what. As were the Squeakles, Ecco Jr., and then what is Ecco, the Tides of Time?
Something along those lines.
Anyway, miss me with this series, but if you enjoy it, good for you. There's a whole story to be told and a whole addendum we could get into here about Ed having to fight Sega over the course of decades for the rights back to Ecco in his attempts to continue the series, be it officially or unofficially. I have my notation here. At some point, he kickstarted a Ecco not in name type project that never came to fruition. I think he has the rights back now. And there's currently plans to remaster, remake, re-release in some capacity the original Ecco games. But we're getting well and truly outside the scope of what we're going to be focusing in on tonight. For now, we return to another one of Ed's out there ideas, which he would convince Sega to bring to market once again, likely on the back of his cachet established with Ecco. What we're looking at here is one of the first pieces of concept art for the game that would become Mr. Bones. This is illustrated by comics artist Ernie Chan, who I believe did a lot of work on Conan, worked for Marvel, DC, and the likes of.
It's also the ideal male form.
Yeah, you may not like it. So with Annunziata credited as coming up with the game's original story and game concept as well as game design, it's clear that Mr. Bones was something of a passion project for Ed, a demonstration of all his game design philosophies, a story and a setting all his own, and an ode to rock and blues music all at the same time, expressed in every which way the humble Sega Saturn hardware could facilitate. Development on the game would begin in December 1994 in collaboration with Costa Mesa, California studio Zono Inc., previously attached to 1993's Technoclash and 1995's X-Men 2 Clone Wars. So game development's chugging along, keeps on chugging. Ed has his duties as a producer for Sega of America to balance as well as his ambition and his aspirations for this game. Past a certain point into the development timeline, it becomes clear to him that Zono were falling short of expectations. Company founder William Novak, company founder of Zono that is, would admit in a 2020 interview conducted by his university, Woodbury University, that Zono could only afford to hire inexperienced people, so the new people coming in had to be taught how to perform their work, whether it was on the design side, game art, or programming. It was this experience having to teach new hires that apparently set Novak on the path to becoming a professor of game design at that Woodbury University. Ultimately, the solution to the problem of Zono's woes was presented to Annunziata by Ed Zobrist of Pacific Softscape, a studio previously responsible for assisting Sega of America with development of the Sega Channel, and for 1994's Generations Lost on the Genesis Mega Drive. The solution presented by Zobrist was to bring on Pacific Softscape, funnily enough, to finish out development of Mr. Bones and migrate a number of their staff over to Zono in that capacity. This would eventually lead to Pacific Softscape itself folding pretty quickly, as most of their staff decided that Zono were greener pastures. This injection of slightly more experienced staff was enough to get Mr. Bones' development back on track for a 1996 release. Of course, this anecdote only accounts for so much of what actually went into Mr. Bones, and doesn't represent at all one of the other primary contributors and collaborators to the game's tapestry. With Mr. Bones intended as something of a musical adventure, Annunziata wanted to collaborate with a proper credited musician, in particular, a guitarist who could serve as an inspiration and a partial source for the title character's own guitar playing. Specifically, the guitarist Ed had in mind was David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, who would go on to politely turn down Ed on multiple occasions as he continued over a course of months to pester Gilmour into not only contributing to the game, but who also, quote, and this is a quote direct from Ed Annunziata in DMs that were exchanged with the YouTube channel Boulder Punch. You can see those in this video here. Ed goes on to say that David Gilmour refused to give me free tickets to the Momentary Lapse of Reason concert in Oakland, California. So, dead to him, ruined Pink Floyd for the man. He won't work on my game and he won't give me free tickets? What a fuck. I don't think he actually held it against him.
Never meet your heroes, folks.
So, having been turned down by his dream pick in David Gilmour, Ed licked his wounds and began the search for a new guitarist, who would ultimately be introduced to him by fellow Sega producer David Albert, who just so happened to know a guy. That guy, pictured here, would be Ronnie Montrose, he of the rock bands Montrose and Gamma, and also a prolific studio musician, session musician, further responsible for a prolific solo career, and credited as one of the most influential guitarists in the history of hard rock. According to Ed, the two immediately hit it off, and Montrose would reportedly bring Annunziata to tears with a demonstration of slide guitar playing. Clearly, Ed had found a new muse and began to involve Ronnie in every facet of Mr. Bones' production that he could get away with. He composes the game's original soundtrack. He's the motion capture for Mr. Bones' guitar playing. He appears as a live-action cameo in the game. He further contributed to the story that Ed had already written, and even helped come up with a few Easter eggs. By Ed's measure, quote, the whole DNA of Mr. Bones is dripping with Ronnie Montrose. With Ronnie's contributions and a new friend for life for Ed, Mr. Bones would eventually find its way to an October 18th, 1996 release. Sega doesn't appear to have slouched in marketing Mr. Bones, ensuring print ads would run across magazines, allowing Ronnie to release a soundtrack CD to pair with the game's release, and even arranging a deal with Force Graphics and Music Television to produce some oddball menswear accessories to tie into the game. Seen here, a watch and a pure silver ring. Would love to know how many of these were produced as pictured here. That's, tell you what, no, the Mr. Bones ring stays on in bed. I'm sorry, that's a deal breaker for me. At the same time that Sega were attempting to market this game, the Sega Saturn is already a failed console by this point in 1996, having been summarily trounced in the market by the likes of the PlayStation and N64, losing its best chance at having a killer app with the cancellation of Sonic Extreme, and ultimately resulting in Sega quickly losing interest in pushing the console, at least outside of Japan. This is all to say that Mr. Bones was only going to move so many units for Sega before you even begin to factor in its niche premise and appeal. It was just the wrong platform at the wrong time, unfortunately. All that being said, Games Press did see fit to cover the game and award it scores largely averaging around the 70% grade. One of the highest scoring reviews comes from the December 1996 issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly. A panel of 4 reviewers would score it at an 8.6 out of 10, categorizing the genre as potpourri, declaring that there's nothing like it in their also try section where they recommend games that are like the game that you're reading a review for, and declaring it, quote, the strangest game to ever cross the review crew's critical eyes. Further stating that only one thing keeps this title from being the best: weak gameplay. That's a funny one. There's also another funny, incredible, I would say, of its time closing line by way of reviewer Sushi X, who goes on to explain that, quote, humor is not lacking either in Mr. Bones, and if you don't ROTFL, parentheses, roll on the floor laughing, and parentheses, numerous times, you should see a doctor.
Who is putting the T in Raffle?
No one. I guess 1996 was different. I guess our web lingo wasn't quite up to snuff.
We were more formal back then. We can't just drop the T and roll on the floor laughing.
Now, for a bit of contrast, we can refer to German magazine Maniacs, and that's Maniac with an exclamation point in place of the I, in their January 1997 issue, which saw fit to award Mr. Bones its lowest scoring review with a 27%. Writer Oliver Earle comments as follows: when Mr. Bones appears on the screen, you freeze not in tension but in horror. Instead of clever effects, there is only massive frustration. The game's soundtrack doesn't make up for the design. You can bury Mr. Bones in the graveyard. R.I.P. Mr. Bones would not be considered for a sequel or conversions to other platforms. Ed would return to his role as producer at Sega, having already designed another unorthodox animal-centric title in 1995's Colibri for the Sega 32X, as well as producing and providing a voice in 1996's Three Dirty Dwarves, also on the Saturn. Not too long afterwards, he'd leave Sega to form Studio and Now LLC alongside Jerry Blau, who'd be responsible for a grand total of 2 games to their name: 1999's Tiny Tank on the PS1, and 2000's Mort the Fucking Chicken, also on PS1. During this time, they also attempted to get a Shakan the Forever Man sequel off the ground, to evidently no avail. Zono, for their part, would release their signature title, Metal Fatigue, in 2000, contribute to a couple of History Channel games, and eventually be acquired by Mumbo Jumbo in 2005, just 2 years before their Mumbo Jumbo LA offices would be shuttered in 2007, and their employees scattered to the winds of the games industry. Just for a little bit of the post-game, the post-release update. Let's cut to this screen. Let's cut to this last slide here. This is some art I commissioned for that article that wasn't back in the day, Ides of Merch. You can find them at Ides of Merch on Blue Sky. And I thank him for this. You can even see the date in the bottom left. This is July 24th, 2018. So again, been sitting on this one for a minute. Had nothing I could use this for because I never wrote that article. But I'm doing it now. I'm showing it off now. I'm getting my money's worth now. And I'm just going to share a personal anecdote on the screen. I haven't pre-written this one. So let me try to relay the story of why this article never came to be on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Okay, so it's 2018. I'm putting out an article basically every month which I shudder to think about those days. And I get turned on to the idea of writing about Mr. Bones. And I decide, because it was easy enough to find Ed over on Twitter, that I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to see if I can interview him. He hasn't given many interviews by this point in time, but I figured, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I message him, say, hey, I want to write about Mr. Bones. Any insights you can give me would be much appreciated. It's going to be respectful. Ignore the name, ignore the Bad Game Hall of Fame name. We're going to give this game as fair a shot as is possible. He gets back to me, and he says, that sounds great. He starts telling me, like, yeah, I'll start prepping. I'll start digging into some of, the old materials I have, see if I can't scrounge up anything. And I'm thinking, well, hot damn, I've got the exclusive here. This is going to be a kick-ass article. I commissioned the art for it. I'm getting underway. I'm announcing the people over on the Patreon, patreon.com/badgamehalloffame, that this Mr. Bones article upcoming is going to be one of a kind. I get a follow-up message from him saying that he no longer wants to participate in it, saying that he finally flagged and caught on to the name Bad Game Hall of Fame, and that he doesn't want to be a part of something disrespectful to the memory of Mr. Bones, and specifically to the memory of one Ronnie Montrose, who had passed on March 3rd, 2012, following a 5-year battle with prostate cancer, a lifelong battle with clinical depression, and a combination of personal tragedies and personal demons. If you want more on the life and times of Ronnie Montrose, there is this article over on Mercury News. So, what can I do here? Clearly, Ed is remembering his friend who has passed. Clearly, I stirred up some memories for him that were unpleasant to deal with at the time, and made him not want to participate in my goofy little article, and that's fine. I don't begrudge him this. It's not sour grapes so much as it's a case of I feeling bad that I clearly, obviously unintentionally, but clearly brought something up that made him feel bad, and I don't want to be responsible for that. I didn't want to push it any further. I didn't want to push the issue or try to say, like, no, it'll be respectful. It'll be in memoriam for him. I'll do whatever. I'm just like, I'll drop this. In the years since, Ed's opened up on his own about the game. I think he has this new personal policy. I remember reading something on his Twitter to the effect of he's going to make sure that the games industry remembers who he is, that games history doesn't forget him. So he's been a lot more transparent about, development stories and the like of that, talking openly about, his pursuit of getting Ecco the Dolphin rebooted and off the ground. So he's also... one of his early contributions, something I didn't mention earlier, is that he's responsible for microtransactions in video games. He was responsible for one of the first games to feature microtransactions in something by the name of Smart Baseball, or something along those lines. And as of 2018, he's been working with a company that is pushing blockchain bullshit, and in pushing some game that will never materialize about having a perpetual, persistent character across games thanks to the power of the blockchain. Then he'll also post AI art of Mr. Bones and Ecco over on his Twitter. And, I'm not saying this just to be like, fuck this guy, right? He's an old guy. He's experimenting with technology. He's still, testing the boundaries, and, he's not going to land on brilliant solutions every time. He's not going to land on, technology that's actually going to go anywhere. For God's sake, he made games for the Sega Saturn, so he should be used to, failed technology by this point. All this is to say is that, if you follow his Twitter, which you should, he's an interesting enough guy. He posts some interesting insights into game design, takes photos with other developers, so on and so forth. An interesting figure, what could have been, but wasn't. And so now, 5 years later? No, I'm sorry, that's 7 years later.
Yep. Yeah.
Some basic math. We are finally getting around to covering Mr. Bones. I did consider, another tweet he posted that I saw at some point was something to the effect of, hey, if you're ever going to stream one of my games, let me know, and I'll see if I can chime in or provide something. I decided not to bother him. I decided not to reach back out, just on the odd chance he remembers who we are. He remembers the Bad Game Hall of Fame name. So in the event that he manages to catch the stream, that he manages to catch this archive or what have you. Hey, Ed, no hard feelings. Hope we do your game some amount of justice. Hope we covered the history. And if you happen to have any other insights you'd love to share with us, Cassidy at badgamehalloffame.com.
Or if you don't want to talk to Cassidy, because at the very top they shit talked Echo for a while, and assuming you're still listening to this, you can also email Charky at badgamehalloffame.com to talk to somebody else.
Very good. Anyway, that's all I got for the history. For as much as he's been transparent about game design and sharing like game design documents and the like, there's just not that much on Mr. Bones' development that he's seen fit to share. So what we're left with is the game itself, which we should probably get started on, shouldn't we?
Good to cover though, because the stuff specifically how much a Legend in Guitar and Blues being featured in the game is not context I typically hear around this. And I don't know if we'll see, but I don't know if the game communicates to the audience who wouldn't be familiar with Ronnie. So it is good to have that context.
No, absolutely.
To see
I
it
think
under
so.
that light.
And again, this is a game that I find fascinating and frustrating in equal measure. Not to bury the lead here. There's a reason why it's on Bad Game Hall of Fame, in that I think it's a very uneven final product. That it is, I side more with the 27% scoring review from that German mag than I do with EGM. Though EGM did say that weak gameplay is the only thing keeping it from being a perfect game, so maybe they were right on the money.
Yeah.
A lot of FMV in this game, by the way. None of it subtitled, so we'll do our best. Sick. I know some people are going to be very much endeared by this game, and I don't blame you. If you look at this game, if you watch us play this, and decide for yourself, hey, this game looks sick as hell, you should probably play this game. You should probably get around to playing this here game. I have a complete save here still, funnily enough.
Look at how many cutscenes there are.
We're just going to start from the top, and let me double check something here.
Yeah.
By the way, hey, limited run games. Come on.
Why does it keep
Get on
forgetting
it.
my controls? I want to try to get this. I could just pull out the Sega Saturn controller from the other room, the Sega Saturn USB controller that I have, and do something with that, but I don't feel like it.
So, Whitetail Music in chat chanted Bones in anticipation of this. Cinco Play says, oh man, this game is amazing, bad, and amazingly bad.
Let's get it started. This amazingly bad game. Oh, Cinepack. How I loathe your compression algorithms. Well, all in a day's work. It's quitting time for this guy.
He crosses by the guy whose job is to unplug it. And he's like, hey, Joe. Hey, Bob.
It's a living.
Midnight. Day one of a new world. Every night the army of darkness gains more soldiers. Tonight, the world will be mine. In one single night, my army of darkness, of purity, will descend upon the earth. Then there will be no more conflict, no more struggle between good and evil. There will only be evil. The world
I'd vote for that.
is the black void of space. Only
Those are some awful pixelated drums you got there, sir.
I love the mix of real actor and everything else CG.
What, you're saying these are CG?
No, these are the real actors.
Didn't I used to have more skin on these bones? Man, you know I got the blues. Excuse me, did I miss something? What's going on? Oh, I see. Nice talking to you.
The voice of Mr. Bones, by the way, is credited to one F. Houston.
Somebody's messing with something he shouldn't be messing with. Now we're living proof of that. Undead proof, anyway.
I'll say off the bat, he's great.
You are an impurity. Hey, let's not get personal now. You will be dissolved. Uh-oh.
Well, that's all the setup you're gonna get.
I mentioned the comic Achewood a lot, but in my head, Ray Smuckles' voice is Mr. Bones' voice.
I think that's fair. And hey, it's like Bram Stoker's Dracula on the Sega CD.
Yeah.
It's at least for this level. No, this is a multi-genre game. It's going to go off in a bunch of weird directions. This first level being just a relatively straightforward auto-scroller.
Oh yeah, I'll scroll. Yeah,
They predicted Temple Run like decades early.
I will say this opening level was like one of the most Sega Saturn looking things to me.
The butterflies restore our health, so if you were getting hit, you know, like this much. Oh,
On boat.
skeleton magnetism. It's a hell of a thing. It allows us to pick up our lost appendages and
Yeah.
reconnect them.
And it'll be more of a thing later.
Fuck.
Whoops.
Oh, definitely later.
And hey, guess what? First problem I have with the game: no mid-level checkpoints.
Yeah,
And most of these
I will
levels
say,
run long.
This is a hard game.
Dude falls into a hole once and just turns evil.
Back to the title screen every time you die. If you wanted to pick up where you left off, you would have to go to the level select here and pick the level that you died on. So let's do that. Let's go back to Grave Escape and skip the cinema.
You have a rewind button on your homemade
I do.
Sega Saturn.
I
Okay.
do have the rewind.
So I like that. I like that your life is represented by the actual letters of Mr. Bones. So now it's
Stradivarian.
Bone.
Stradivarian in chat mentioning the person that did the guitar work has the name of Ronnie Montrose. Oh yeah, we did cover that. We did a history section before you arrived and covered Ronnie's contributions to this game, memorialized him briefly, etc., etc. But yeah, you'll see him in the game. You will see Ronnie appear in game in a later cutscene to follow. And if I die again, I'm just gonna rewind. I think I'm gonna give every level. I'm going to, if I die once, I'll take the death, and then from there I will rewind after that point. Unless I get really annoyed with this game. It's a relatively short game. A long play of this runs about like an hour and a half. So you know, knowing us, it'll take us 4 hours.
This is going to be a one and done stream, so playing through all of it.
That's a lot of angry skeletons behind us. Okay, they're really not doing too much.
See a little Grim Reaper. Oh, there's a couple of Grim Reapers in the background. They're doing their job, clearly.
Hey, they're
I
reaping
feel
what
like
they
if they're a
sow.
skeleton, I feel like if they're a skeleton, they've already been reaped. So it's like, what else are they supposed to do?
And this level could be done by now. I think I would have gotten the point.
No, there's an important plot element behind this next tree. See, there's a ghost. We've now established that ghosts are a thing.
You know, I kind of just assumed that along with the bonds, the skeletons here, that ghosts were going to be a thing. I think we'll see some other spooky type apparitions.
Well, there goes all of your limbs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hey, guess what? That'd be a back to the beginning of the level. Except, oh, cool. None of my settings saved.
Well, try it again. I figure.
Fuck.
We'll wait to talk about your limbs coming off in like the next level.
Yeah. It is simultaneously this game's central mechanic and also the most aggravating and tedious part of this game. It becomes way more painful once you get to the more proper platforming levels and once you realize a really fucking obnoxious thing this game does. But more on that later. Third time's the charm, and just the test. Whew! Perfect. Okay, good. I just assumed I had rewind in the back pocket that whole time, but
I have a behind-the-scenes question for you, I guess. Where do you map your rewind when you do these?
My DualSense controller, I use the entirety of the touchpad for it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's the R key on the keyboard.
Because that was like a very seamless rewind you did back there, and I was like...
Alley-oop. So, here's something. Oh, you go ahead.
Etesian in chat says, "Hey, it's a Twitter account I keep seeing and liking but not following. Didn't know you stream too." Yes, we do stream. Not to be too sarcastic, but if you did follow us, then you would know that we stream because we announce it every day. But no, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
So there is some sort of... I'm tapping the A button here, and you can see the outline around my name is getting more blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what that's about. I don't remember what that's about, I should say. I'm sure I figured it out at some point. I'm sure I reverse engineered what the point of that is. Alley-oop.
Etesian says, "I sure know and I'm following now. Thank you very much."
So I know, I guess it's spoilers to say, but the coming apart stuff is more of a mechanic later. Is this first level just doesn't let you manually deconstruct yourself? And that's what the tapping A is for?
No, tapping A, there's different buttons. X, Y, and Z are all dedicated to shedding yourself of your bones.
Ah, okay.
But they do not work in this level because it would be pointless because you're supposed to stay as intact as possible in the course of this level. How good a job of that I'm doing, not very.
I don't know if this helps you, but according to the manual, the A button says, "Tap repeatedly to temporarily raise your level of skeletism / reattach limbs."
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
Okay.
I think the turning blue is like raising your ability to magnetize stuff.
Jesus Christ. Thank God for rewind, but look at this shit. It's auto-scrolling, you barely have enough time to read the stuff happening. And then they're tossing stuff from behind you. This is kind of unreasonable for a first level. Yeah. The fact that it goes on this long.
Yeah, I've definitely seen people like bounce off this game very quickly because this is the first level.
Yeah, if you assumed the entire game was this game would fucking suck if it was just entirely this auto-scrolling stuff. Thank God it's not. Though I'm not sure how much better the other gameplay sections really are in this. Small miracles. The Mausoleum.
Ah, yes, this level.
Well, I guess I'll pick that bone back up.
So wonder if people can figure out watching what this is.
What, skeletons? What the
No,
skeletons
this level.
are? Well, you're trying not to get hit.
Yeah, it's this for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. And they don't relent. Thank God they keep giving you like butterflies, but also like if you get hit, you're like stun locked for a little bit. So you can't just get right back up. And there we go. And you would start this over from the beginning unless you had the power of rewind at your disposal like we do.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ. Like you have so little time to react.
Yeah.
They speed up the tempo so rapidly.
I'm a little confused about this skeletism thing the manual says. Which it is skeletal magnetism. It is the idea that your life is your ability to maintain your bones connected to your body. It's just like the tapping thing. It seems like you get health by picking up those butterflies. I think they're called filler ups in here.
There's something else you may
drain
notice
it out of...
that we're beginning to notice here. I'm gonna jump. I lost a bone. I lost a bone. Every time you jump, you lose a fucking bone.
I wonder if you're tapping A enough, you would keep the bones.
I jumped early. I jumped late.
Yeah. Some of these levels at some point becomes you need to just learn the patterns.
Oh,
all right, I get.
And now it's something completely different.
Okay, I get what's happening. I get what's happening with the skeletism thing. All right. Yes, you found it now. When you're at high health, you'll automatically get your body parts back. If you're at low health, they won't magnetize to you, and that's when you have to tap the A button.
So this is bad. This is not fun. This is pretty fucking miserable. We have exactly one combat move. It is holding the B button and extending our arm, and if enemies get close enough, we can zap them. It'll do damage over time. That is not what you're meant to do here. That is a shortcut to getting killed repeatedly to use your only attack. You have to recognize that these enemies will jump over the edge, but also, you know, have enough health maintained that you're not losing your bones every time you fucking jump, which we do not have the benefit of. So already, weak gameplay definitely coming to light here. Weak is not the word I would use. I would use tedious. I think this is really bad design. I think this is deeply and intensely frustrating and fucking annoying. And not particularly like, you know, like a skill challenge. It's just an exercise in patience. And timing to a certain extent, to be sure. But, like, if someone dropped this game after this level, after beating that first level, you know, attempting it multiple times, only to be confronted with this, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, it comes up a lot with the older titles, especially stuff from the 90s. Specifically, you know, Western-made stuff, where definitely rental times was a consideration.
Fuck, there's still enemies down below that.
Like, you would see this design where they're just like, well, we have to design it in a way where no matter how long this game is, people can't reasonably beat it in like a day or two.
People aren't going to be able to beat this in a fucking lifetime. It's bullshit.
The ultimate rental deterrence.
Okay, there we go.
It was a huge, you know, I'm sure some generations coming up won't realize it, but rentals was a big thing. You could even rent entire consoles back in the day.
Oh yeah, I rented it N64 when it came out originally.
Yeah, I think my sisters were renting Mega Drive and Super Nintendo stuff.
All right, here we go. A proper level. First things first. Grab those. I think those will keep respawning. If we ever need to restore our health, we can backtrack to the beginning of the level if we so choose. I'll try to avoid doing that. Here we go. Proper platforming. What a useless attack. What a tedious, time-consuming, ultimately ineffective attack.
Yeah. It works, though.
Yeah, but imagine having more than one enemy at a time to deal with.
Yeah, then don't do that, then.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure how, but there's a way to pick up extra limbs in this game.
Yes.
Because those limbs down there, you can do something where they'll, like,
not right now, I
you,
can't.
and it won't work.
Occasionally you can get, like, extra arms and stuff, but not
Yeah.
those bones. Not right now.
Oh.
Let's bait this out.
I wonder if it's legal
Yes,
to get your... When you get your headstone, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get my headstone. Can I make sure mine just, like, shakes and moves every, like, couple of intervals?
Like, could you get my headstone from Party City?
Yeah. Just keep people on edge.
So,
But,
puzzle.
maybe a key? Yeah.
Can we solve it? There we go. Progress. They won't all be that easy.
Ah! Just trying bones with you at this point. Messed up.
Imagine you pissed off a group of people so much that they just took off parts of their body to throw at you to be like, boo!
Yeah, it's one thing to throw tomatoes at like a bad stand-up or whatever, but throw your bones around. As a skeleton, no less. And hey, here's this object that looked like it was just part of the background, but totally isn't. It's actually very necessary for progression.
That looked like something you could push to me. Context clues.
Well, they could use blue glow.
Yeah.
They have the ability to make things glow blue in this that they could have used to make that like a little more clear.
Oh, the immovable objects and the unstoppable force there.
Fuck this, I'm going underground. Oh, wait, no. I'm getting eviscerated here. Do I have an arm still?
You have,
Oh, you got a third leg, finally.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a death trap down there. Okay, well, there you go. Now back to the beginning of the level. Now, I decided already I'm not doing that. I'm not giving this game any more time than I feel is warranted. Let's rewind all the way back up.
So to the thing Johnny was talking about having extra legs and all that shit, I am looking at the manual. It does say you need certain power-ups in certain levels to do it. So it's not just an anytime thing.
By the way, my zap doesn't work because I don't have enough health. So now I need to get past this without the benefit of health or most of my bones.
Try powering up by tapping A bunch.
Okay. It's maxed out. And nothing.
Okay. It was worth checking.
It was, but okay. Like, this is gonna come out eventually, but I think this game fucking sucks to play. I said earlier I'm not gonna fault it for its ambition, and I won't, but clearly, like, the underlying game design here was not made with human beings in mind. Just your decisions here, you just don't land on if you have, like, any sense of, like, compassion for a player, is, like, the thought I keep coming back to. The way that these enemy encounters are designed, the intervals at which they pop up, the fact that you are punished for losing health by being made to be, like, even more fragile to the point where every time you jump, you're losing your legs and have to be constantly mashing the A button to maintain them. The fact that your attack is basically worthless, so you have no recourse against any of these fucking things. The fact that, like, the platforming is incredibly particular in a game that absolutely does not, like, have the control schema set up for precision platforming. It makes you just want to skip every encounter, as painful as that may be.
Slime Hunter says, I had a lot of problems with this level. I think the only time I've actually played Mr. Bones myself, this is where I got completely stuck. because I didn't use rewind. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Again,
gonna do this.
yeah, and then get out the other way.
Yeah, not to be on a broken record, it's just I imagine so much of this design is just, you know, the way this game is built, it's very short, so you have to extend gameplay somehow. And it was considered reasonable at the time to, and I'm going to phrase this in a bit of a hyperbolic way, but to make a game worse, to make it harder or longer to play, I always go back to Capcom USA that would remove features or mess with button mappings in their games for the sole purpose of making them harder so people couldn't beat them in rental times.
I don't know how much of this game in particular you can attribute to the design to, well, the rental market.
Well, not the rental mod, but that overall of just, this is how we extend gameplay in the 90s.
They gave us a billion butterflies in the earlier levels. We get none here. And I need them desperately so I can have any form of attack, so I can have any form of recourse. I know I need the legs. I know for a fact I need legs for what's coming up. I need to be able to do like actual jumps. And the place I'm gonna get the legs is here. But I can't, because they put enemies down here. And the combat in this game sucks so fucking bad that like I can't do anything. Ugh. Okay, so I guess I will pray for some sort of healing item around here and to not get hit by these just infinitely bouncing bones. How close can I get? Can I get close enough to? Why did I even try?
Almost.
Okay, I guess I'm rewinding even further back in the vain hope that I can preserve like another like part of the letter B. Oh my god, how long was I able to last with like that little health? Okay, this is as far back as I feel I need to go. Fuck off.
Yeah, this the off-screen stuff is I can't defend that. I think a way some of this system could have worked is if it wasn't based so much on a health bar and it was just, hey, you can throw bones, you can pick up any bones, all these enemies would be dropping bones constantly. And
yeah, the fact that the enemies, you can't replenish your bones off of them is such a massive fuck up.
Like, yeah, that would be a huge fix for me.
I've already lost so much goddamn health. This just isn't happening this run.
Yeah, it makes me think of... I have to play again though, because it's been a long time, but mechanically reminds me a little bit of what Stubbs the Zombie on the original Xbox did. There's a lot of similar gimmicks about removing limbs to do certain platforming, and they've been tied to your health and all that.
Like on gameplay alone, 0 out of 10. Unacceptably bad, just based on this level alone. I despise this with every fiber of my being. This shit is the reason why I hate platformers.
Hey, Ed, are you still watching? Sorry.
Now let's pretend like I can play this perfectly. Yeehaw! Maintain my health. Say something nice. It's good to see skeletons have their day. It's good to have, you know, an appropriately dreary setting and an atmosphere. Like, there's one thing that Ed knocked out of the park routinely. It was atmosphere. It's one thing that I think he failed at consistently. It's gameplay. Like, you can see like, the Ecco the Dolphin DNA in this. A little bit. Just enough to be like, oh yeah, same motherfucker.
I do like their attack is just their arms going. Just wave your arms around. Hope it smacks him in the skeleton in the face.
Oh, because I was down low to the ground, I didn't remember that the thing was gonna fall over and chase us. Hey, and you can't hold up to look up. You can't hold down to look down. Like, you know, in any other platformer of this vintage would let you do. So that's a bit of a problem. Yeah. Is just a visibility, the ability to see, to perceive what is coming for you at any moment in time, to perceive these attacks from off screen, where enemies are lying in wait, knowing what you need to do to prepare yourself for these attacks, having the time to actually kill someone, which you do not have here. You just don't. I just have to jump over this guy, knowing that he's going to keep pelting me with bones. And if not him, his buddy behind him.
You know, I'm trying to look online. Obviously, I can't just sit here and watch videos, so I'm just looking things people have written about the game, guides, Reddit threads, and I can't see a single person mention the fact that every time you jump, you lose a bone. You would think that's something people would bring up way more often. Or not? Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think that's a pretty big fuck up. Or if not a fuck up, at least
But-
something that is not like compensated for.
No,
in
which-
appropriate
unless we are
fashion.
I'm just
missing
saying-
something.
What I'm saying is it's weird that no one mentions it. I'm not saying you're doing something wrong, because that is how the game is.
Well, I
You got
lost
a lot
all
of
my
health, at least.
bones, including my ability to do an attack. Why do I even try?
Might need to just rewind at that point.
Can I push this tombstone? Is this one of those? Yep.
Yeah, because you can see the hole down below.
I do like seeing the little guy version of him push.
Well, who needs legs anyway? Like, again, this could be a fun concept. Losing your bones and having to make do. If not for the fact of every other design decision made in this game. And hey, guess what? You know what bones they didn't give us down below? Legs. You know what we need? Fucking legs. These ain't legs, these are arms.
You want more arms? How about more arms?
Like, if you could use your arms as legs, right? If you could use extra arms and just, like, walk on those extra arms and hands and whatnot, right? That'd be something. Instead, we're soft-locked. Hey, guess what? This is a soft lock. We can't jump high enough to do anything there.
Wait, go to the rock wall, or rewind to the rock wall when you still had arms.
Mm-hmm.
Double tap, see. Nothing.
No, there's no double jump. You
It's
can
not
grab
I'm not
onto
looking
things,
for a double jump. Yes.
but no, not here. We're just not tall enough. And if we try to backtrack here, you'll
Well,
find
you
that
might
there's a
need
rock
to-
wall right here too. So
You
you're
might need to
fucked.
rewind before you run out
Yeah.
of buffer then.
Yeah. So that's bad design. The reason why these constant bones are here is so that it's literally so you can die. Their solution to this issue wasn't to give you legs that spawn down below, but to instead say, hey, start the level over, you fuck. Yeah, it's this gauntlet here where I lost the legs.
Yeah.
So let's
You just need to do it way slower so you can actually kill these things.
This
Okay,
game
I will say,
is so goddamn mean. It's
Yeah.
obscene.
Chucky is right though that you do grab that jump, but yeah, you must need the legs to be able to reach the grabbable point.
There we
Yep.
go.
There we go. So, good to know that.
I feel like if you're at full health and full bones, there's no reason to go down any of these holes.
Unless there's a key that you need to hit. Unless there's a pedestal like there was earlier in the level where you needed to go down to progress.
I feel like you got all the keys already.
No, they're not keys. They're literally just pedestals you press to.
I know. I mean, I know what you mean, but they had keys on them, so, you know.
There we go. Slowly crawl our way back up here. I'll take that leg
there's a
back. I don't even know what I picked up there, but I'm glad to have it. Ow.
Oh yeah, I should look at Skeletism again at some point because I remember that having gimmicks about throwing limbs as attacks and like being a head to roll around, much like Never Dead. Yeah, Mr.
Rebellion
Bones of its
Development's
time.
banger.
Stiff as a wet sheet in a cold snap. You better face facts, Mr. Bones. They ain't gonna leave you alone. Some red-eyed devil's gonna make his bones tonight. Yeah, maybe I should just let him. What's that sound? Yeah, maybe there's a hotel I could hole up in. Some gingerbread house, bed and breakfast skeleton hotel. I don't know.
Okay,
this
can-
place, but I know that sound. But how do I know?
Canonically, we know his name is Mr. Bones. He's confirmed it.
Ronnie Montrose, ladies and gentlemen.
Is someone out there? Who are you? What do you want? No, I know someone's out there. Either come inside or be on your way.
How does that thing do that? It would make that pretty noise.
What, have you been dead for 50 years? It's called a guitar, son. Why don't you try one on for size?
What a life, just living out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
50 guitars. That's how I'm trying to retire.
Don't think about it. Just play it.
Frappe Fiasco asks, how's it been in the Bone Zone? Bad!
It's a lot better now.
There you go.
He's
I
a
do appreciate
natural.
that. Yeah, and because he's a skeleton, his natural talent is, you know, slide playing. You normally see guitarists where they have like the metal tube on their finger to do this, but he's all bone, so he don't need it.
Uh-oh, sounds like I'm back in serious jelly.
Are you messing with the Gullion?
The Goulian?
The man with the drums.
Yes, sir, we are messing.
You'd better hang on to that guitar. It might come in handy.
Thanks. Later on.
Should probably take a strap, though, so you can, you know, like a sling, you can wear it on your shoulder. Now you're just going to carry it the whole time? All right. I guess his magnetism keeps it on him.
Yeah, I mean, Guitar Hero players don't need a strap. They can do it.
How about that? One chord and I wigged him. Now, y'all can't talk, but you can listen and maybe even feel.
All right, time for new genre. Guitar headless head.
Oh yeah, now we need to put Cass's rhythm to the test.
That was just me pressing buttons. All right, fine. If you're gonna boo me. No explanation at all, says Whitetail Music. Yeah.
Nope.
You can't just button mash. I might need someone to look at the instruction manual for me. Also notice how we have the same amount of health we had coming from the previous stage. Just mean.
Yeah.
No, it's like you said, don't think, feel.
My understanding is you have to hit on the rhythm.
It just says the better you play, the more blue they get.
Yeah. If you hit like, you know, the first bar, like on the 1, 2, 3, 4, that usually gets you blue, I find. I like it concept because it's like the freestyle stuff you're supposed to be able to do in like Rapper Rapping and Jamalami. Yeah. Get your lighters out, chat.
I wish there was like a metronome on screen or some sort of visual indicator.
Yeah,
Just so I
yeah.
can know if I'm doing it right or wrong. I mean, I get that I'm getting like the occasional feedback from 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., 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 etc. I feel like if I'm a beat off, I don't get it.
No, don't do that during stream. That's what Darkside Phil did. He got in trouble for it.
Doesn't help that this section goes on for fucking ever. How long have we been fucking noodling here? With barely any progress.
This is just going to end with a Devin Townsend rant.
Yeah, I think you do need to get the whole crowd blue.
Yeah, I gather that. It's just such slow going.
What's your A and C buttons?
Square for A. Circle for C. Cross
One of the guys,
for B.
One of the guys says, like, alternating between A and C kinda seems to work.
That was an off time. I think I had to do it early.
There
there we go.
Oh.
They decided I did enough,
All right.
thank God.
Yeah.
I had my controller out. I was ready for the rhythm game player to log in.
They don't make them like they used to. Good thing I've got a sense of humor. A situation like this could be downright depressing.
You got that right.
Now, I will say though, like rhythm game stuff was. This is literally when it would have been great. Like this and Proper Rapper around the same time. So
I'll
there
take
wasn't really any
Virtuoso.
standard for how to do it.
Fuck.
All right, well, what could have you done better there to prevent that?
How could I? Oh. Underneath. Pick up that pelvis. No recourse. Nothing I can do about these bats until I get my my groove back. By which I mean my arms. At least you're giving us butterflies again. Oh. Well, fuck me. That better be an arm. That better be my right arm specifically. Nope. Whatever it is, I can't pick it up.
You need the connecting bone.
Yeah, did you
to
lose
pick
your
it up.
ribs? I think you might have lost your ribs.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bat. Jesus Christ. Again, just absolutely brutal, the actual gameplay portion of this. Just jump. Just do something. Let me get past you. Oh, no, you can't jump either. You can't jump over this. Oh, great. 2 of them. Yeah, I'm definitely equipped to handle this situation. Cool. Cool. I love it. Yeah. I'm just going to start that level over from the top. I'm just going to... That seemed like a no-win situation. So let's start with Knight of the Bats again. And to the person in chat who asked, why did he lose all his bones at the start of this? Pay close attention, you may notice.
Who wants a snack?
It's the Knight of the Bats,
that's
you
the
see.
thing. Despite being the hero of our story, it's arguable how competent of a hero he is at times.
I would just
Great
say
guitar player,
he's never ever competent, not even once. just you don't have the tools you need to make any progress in this game at any point. And that reads like a problem to me. I don't know. Like it's great that it's, you know, such a creative and inspired game that clearly meant a lot to Ed and to Ronnie, but the part where you actually play it is a miserable fucking slog. It's.
I have a particular thought, but I'm going to wait until we've seen more of the genre shifts to really get into it.
I mean, I have an idea of what it is. It's that you never settle into any one genre long enough to like get a feel for the mechanics of it, and by the time that you figure it out, you're already on to the next thing.
No, it's more about what like the perfect version of this kind of game would have been.
Fuck. God, I had 3 arms. Didn't help me much. In fact, I should just not go that way.
Yeah.
Unless.
Your problem is that you keep running into these guys and getting like way too close rather than.
Well, it's because you need to be
distance.
super fucking close to have any chance of hitting them with your shitty attack. With your one recourse against enemies in this game.
Yes.
And also,
Yes,
there's
but
no
you
like
are also-
compass pointing where I should be going.
I mean, but you are also just like running headlong into guys over and over again, going like, I'm losing a lot of health here.
Yeah, it's because the only way, besides fighting them, is for them to jump over you. But the triggering that, I can't attack him from underneath.
No.
Yeah, that's not fair.
No, it's
Should
not
be
at
able
all.
to do that. There we go. Yeah, this is not against Cass's gameplay or anything, because I know how brutal this game can be from the various playthroughs. But this is one where at some point, I probably will find a playthrough someone who's like, hey, I've learned how to play this game. Not only is this how to make it look competent, but like this is what it took. Like how much of it is just I remember every enemy coming up and how to bait them into specific attacks and all that.
So hey, we found the end of the level. But you know what we gotta do?
Lose one of your arms.
And
Yeah.
our pelvis. So we need to specifically lose 2 bones. Now, we can press buttons
Aha!
to shed all of our bones.
Mhm.
Are these the 2? Nope. Wrong arm. So, let's lose all our bones again and hope...
I believe it's.
Nope,
Nope,
we
it's
picked
the
the
ones at
pelvis
the
up.
bottom.
We don't want the pelvis. So I gotta lose the pelvis, or ribcage, or whatever it is. Oh, great, it went into the pile with the other bones that I actually need. Nope, now we have too many bones. Alright.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Fucking stupid. Stupid as shit. Horrible way to do that.
Well, interesting idea, just poorly implemented.
Oh, incredibly poorly implemented. Poorly implemented to the point where it's an active negative and drawback against the game. Why can't you just like have an excess of bones? Why make this necessary? They've already established that they can just take whatever bones they want to take away from you at the beginning of the level with like bats or whatever other excuse.
The plot wouldn't work if you came in here with a
Okay, with
right
The second arm.
Yeah.
If there was a better justified, hey, you can only fit into this gap with this specific amount of bones.
I mean, that's
that
what it's
was-
on the wall. It's like that
Oh,
hole in
sure,
the wall
but-
game.
But but more organic than a literal sign that's like, oh, you got 2 arms, you can't come in here.
Might want to go get that arm again.
Yep.
There you go.
Or like just, you know, there's 3 different buttons you can press to shed your bones, right? And each of them shed a different configuration of bones to get you to like a different state.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just have a menu? Just have a button that says like, hey, what bones do you want to lose? And then lose those bones if you absolutely positively have to do it this way, which they don't. There's nothing forcing them to do it this way. Besides their own inherent lack of what makes for accessible and consumer-friendly game design. I also don't appreciate not having any sense of direction. Like, you know, I'm going to keep going left here because the end of the last stage was right to left. You know, there's a chance that it could be,
Well,
the exit could be right here. It's not.
I was about I was about to tell you that the exit's in the upper right. I mean, you could kind of infer. Okay, I'm not saying that that it's.
What's going on? You jumped.
I'm trying to jump off this stupid fucking spring so I can get the goddamn. I don't even need the butterfly. What am I doing? Oh, and I lost my arm, and now I lost my pelvis. The fire of a billion suns is brewing within me right now, trying to play this video game. I can't wait to get through this stage and find out we need a full set of bones, and then have to backtrack and find the legs and the arms and all that shit through this wonderful level. Through this wonderful non-labyrinthian designed level.
Hey.
Oh, didn't need those ones. I do appreciate that some of the bones cycle through different types of bone. Doesn't mean that you're ever going to get what you actually want at a moment in time. Hey. Oh, whatever. Yeah, so you're beginning to see some of the problems with this game, I hope, by this point. I hope I'm not coming across as too hyperbolic. I hope I'm not coming across as too immediately frustrated. But I think this game is unforgivably difficult in its ways. That the odds are so stacked against you at every possible turn, in every facet of design. Every decision that was made, and I can only speculate with the intention of, like, fucking over players. Because you don't do any of this unless you're, like, deliberately looking to, like, fuck over a player. There's just no excuse for this stuff that, like, aligns itself with conventional game design or, you know, giving players agency or options. And then when you're confronted with awesome mechanics like this, that just don't work, where you need to
timing, or do you have to hold the button? Maybe.
I tried both.
Yeah.
And people are mentioning levels that come later, like the ice level, which believe me, I'm familiar. And we will have a grand old time. I picked up my bones and I fell through the ground. I was not holding down. I was not holding anything that should indicate to the game, hey, I want to go through the floor here. I can't find another way up through there. Now we have so little health that every jump is going to mean losing my bones. So now I need to be constantly tapping the A button every second of gameplay if I want to retain any of my appendages. And again, tapping that button also, I'm just gonna rewind. This just seems impossible. This just seems like a trap. This whole section here. This is as good as we're gonna get. I don't like the climbing either. I don't appreciate the way that the climbing is implemented, where you have to tap the C button, like that double jump you were saying earlier, that double input. Yet they'll be holding the C button and then press up, so it's just not good. It's just as clumsy as it can possibly be implemented. By the way, we reached the right-hand side of the screen. If you can figure out how to progress from here, if you can figure out what I'm doing wrong and where I need to be going, you are a smarter player than I am.
I assume you can't climb on those little parts sticking out, these tall trees. Yeah, those. To the left.
To the left, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, that's what I thought it was. There you go.
I am the smartest.
I don't want to get rid of my bones. I don't want to do this. It's so mean that they're making me do this.
I would
and because
rewind.
All those bones went flying off to the other side.
Yes.
You would have to go back down there, then platform your way back up here.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the benefit of rewind. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm gonna check something quick.
Nope, too many bones.
Close.
Now I want to lose a bone, so I can just lose the one leg, but, again, I think this is one of the dumbest fucking systems that has ever been implemented into any video game ever. One of just the worst thought out, poorly conceived. I think this is just unforgivable. If I saw this in any other video game and I could find the person who made it, I would slap him in the face for making this as obtuse as it is. I hope that wasn't the wrong leg. Wrong arm. See, I have my
Okay.
left arm, but my right leg. Isn't that
Yeah.
wacky? Why does it have to be so fucking
Also
specific?
didn't have a rib cage.
Why does it
So,
need to be so
At
goddamn
least
specific
watching-
here?
Yeah, watching the long play, I guess there is a way to figure out the method to the madness with how you deconstruct.
Okay,
When
I'm
you-
going to show you
okay,
all
two
the means of
things.
deconstructing.
I'm not
Let
saying
Sharky
it's easy
speak.
to learn this. Okay.
No, yes, please. Two things. One, when you're getting rid of your bones, you're sitting way too close to that ledge. Two, the bones seem to fly behind you, so you keep facing your back to the ledge, and I think that is making your bones fly off more easily.
That's fine. That doesn't help me when the fact is that I lose all my bones with all three of these buttons. These buttons are supposed to correspond to losing different bones specifically. Let's press R, or Z. I lose all my bones. Let's press Y. Lose all my bones. Let's press X. Lose all my bones. L? R? Nothing. Not used. Why would they be? So you tell me... And by the way, they do launch forward, so
They
no.
do, but it seemed like they launched like more like violently backwards.
If we had a larger platform here, if there was more space here, so that the bones weren't flying off to the fucking side, if you could decide which bone specifically you want to pick up, if they made any fucking effort towards this not being the worst mechanic humanly possible and imaginable.
Okay.
Okay, I hope
Alright.
that's the right leg. I'm just gonna tap the A button until an arm.
That's a leg.
I hate this
It was
fucking
also
game.
the wrong leg to begin with.
I fucking hate this game. Is this the correct
Alright,
leg? I think it is.
It's the wrong. Wait. It's the wrong leg. Yeah, wait. No, you got it. Here, hand me the controller.
You want to
I'm
play
not saying I
this?
can do it better. Yeah, I'm not saying I can do it better. I'm saying you need to chill for a second.
Good fucking luck.
I know.
Okay. You're gonna be in. What do you want A, B, and C to be?
Let me take a quick look at the controls. I have it right here. Make a
And did too
square.
much.
Thank you, La Hats, for the gift subs.
And did
Yeah.
too much.
Do you want it
Oh,
to
yes,
be
thank you.
like left to right, like the way I have it, where cross is B?
I'm
And
hyped.
also, thank you, Valorant.
Actually, makes cross C.
Okay. And then circle,
And circle is B.
triangle.
Let's say that's X.
And then L, R.
Yeah, that's your Y and Z.
So L2 is. Wait, okay. No, here's what it needs to be. The L needs to be Y.
Uh-huh.
R needs to be Z. L2 and
Sure.
R2 aren't used, but I'll map them
Could-
anyway.
Is it possible to give me a rewind on L2 or R2 just in case, so I don't have to keep telling you rewind?
No.
Okay. Gotta. There we go.
Thank you. Blood has been very generous all month.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. Can't say enough. And also, got 2 gifted from Valorant there, so I also want to say thank you for that. Okay.
Now, just again, I know I'm getting frustrated, but imagine this fucking game without the benefit of rewinds. Imagine starting the level over from the very beginning every time you die. Imagine trying to jump off of this goddamn branch.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure this out right now.
Yeah, I will say, because hey, there's even games that are like well regarded that have weird springtime and stuff. Some of the old Mario games where you have to be not like frame perfect, but almost frame perfect to do them. It's like, oh, it was so much better when platformers decided, oh, you can just hold the jump button and you'll do the high spring. So,
B
the
button.
theme, yeah.
Yeah, no. Sure. Give me that back.
Can you crouch?
Not
and
close
use
enough.
No, that was close enough to hit him. I cannot crouch and use the thing.
Okay.
Do you see why this game is a goddamn nightmare, Sharky? Are you beginning to piece together why I'm getting so mad at this?
Yes, but also, like, I'm just less likely to get mad at games. Give me that back.
Huh.
There
I
we
wonder
go.
why that stunned him that time. I wonder if you were too close?
I think I was too close in that, like, the kill was taking priority.
Yeah, very
All
strange. So I don't know how much it will help, because I don't know how many more of these skeleton doors there are. But at least
This is
like,
the
going
last
by,
of the bat levels.
yeah. But going like the long play, so the thing about coming apart
Huh?
is
You walked
it's
into a
not-
wall, so you lost a bone.
I think because you're
Yeah.
help. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably gonna take a lot of work to realize how exactly it works. But watching the long play, it's not random. The physics of how you come apart, there does seem to be some method to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If that's something we could discern, I'm not saying we can. But it definitely seems to be like, oh, if you're just placed in the right position, then when you do the explode move, your rib will always land in the same place. Like that kind of logic.
Doesn't work.
No, not much in this game works.
Aha. I get it, but I don't get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't need it. And I'll just go back and get it.
Obscene.
Very ill-considered controls.
Oh, you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
You should rewind. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say, I never knew that bit about David Gilmour being the initial
Whoa.
guitarist that
Up.
Ed wanted for this game. So I'm just having fun imagining him in that previous cutscene,
Up. Divide the arm.
teaching Mr. Bones how to
Oh
play.
well. Nope.
Oh, what a steaming
I couldn't
pile
like
of
it.
fucking dog shit. Here, I'm just gonna put you up here. Forget about that bone down there.
Well, no, I need to. Actually, you know what? That puts me where I want to be a little bit. Let me just scooch. Scooch a little bit more. Nope. Okay, so that's not a good thing happening here.
Here.
Little further back, actually. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Are there enough goddamn enemies in this game, huh? Are there enough goddamn bats and zombies and fucking things flying around that knock your bones away from you?
What?
Do they do enough goddamn damage with a single hit? With a single swipe across the screen?
Okay, here. Whoops.
No
a little
attacks.
further back.
Yep, no attacks now.
Okay. I know you want some of this. Yeah. Stay away.
Completely unpredictable enemy patterns.
That's what I thought. No. You want some?
Not enough reach.
The climbing is so weird because you have to latch onto the thing and then hold up. Just give me this.
Oh no, your attack doesn't work anymore. You don't have enough health for the attack.
Yeah.
Remember, the more health you lose, the game becomes impossible. Like around the point you're at like the letter N, you just give up. Like that's like ultimately the conclusion that the game teaches you is that hey, if you have less than N in your name, if you're up to Bo, just give up. Just restart the level. What are you doing trying to play here? That's silly of you. We're gonna punish you every time you jump, every time you move, every time you try to do anything here. And attacks, yeah, fuck them. Who needs them? It's your fault for getting hit, idiot.
Oh, I actually misread what that was. There we go.
You don't have any arms.
I know.
Guess what? You need arms.
Yeah, I see what the situation is. I think my arms are down here. Oh, there's one. There we go. Right, bat. Oh,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
flopping. Yeah, I was holding on to a piece of body that I shouldn't have been holding on to.
Yeah. Just a few extra for the road.
So it's not good.
No, I think this is one of the worst playing games ever made. That is the lead that I buried here, is I think this is one of the worst playing video games ever designed. I think every decision made, every single decision made, I'm going to rewind you by the way, is the wrong one in terms of making a game that is intended for human beings to play and complete. It just wasn't a concern for them. Like, it's wonderful that this game is so stylish. It's wonderful that this game has... I know, I rewinded too far, so now I need to drop you off here.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. This game has so much inspiration behind it, and that it was made with so much love and passion. It's great that it has these wonderful, charming cutscenes. It doesn't fucking matter when the gameplay is impenetrable. All of that is negated by the fact that 90% of consumers who were going to play this game back in 1996 would never see anything past the first fucking levels. Because they made a game that just sucks to play fundamentally. So yeah, it's awesome that there's all this cool story behind them, that Ed's a cool guy, and that Ronnie Montrose, this is, you know, what is going to connect some people to his music, but it doesn't fucking matter when the game is so goddamn punishing, is completely unforgiving, has no respect for your time or your inputs.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay.
Oh!
Interesting.
Okay.
Not helpful here, but interesting.
Yeah. The funny thing is that when I first saw that, I assumed that's what you would do, and then I thought, nah, this is Mr. Bones. That couldn't possibly work. How wrong I was. How foolish I was.
You're fucked.
This is I know this is a fact-finding mission at that point. That's fine. That's right here.
But you could have more health if I rewinded you further. And you need it because every time you jump, you're going to lose a bone now.
I know. Okay, rewind me to what you think I should be at.
Mm-hmm. And here. So you have part of the letter E. That's as good as I can do for you. You have to give up on these bats.
It is so weird what causes you to be hit by these bats sometimes and what doesn't.
Bad hitboxes.
That's...
Yeah, I'm not letting you take that damage.
The thing is, like, yeah, one of those bats was fine, the other wasn't. Okay.
Like, I swear to God, people who are going to come at us for being mean to this game, there are people who are like, what's this doing in the Bad Game Hall of Fame? Fucking play it.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. Bats, at least those bats, out of the way. So you can crouch and attack. You have to crouch and then hold your attack, and that'll keep you in the crouch state. Now that's... You still went down far enough to hit me. I can just get rid of these. I think it was 3, or maybe it was just 2. Okay. I know there's one more. He's probably going to come this way. Yep. I do see the other one. What if I crouch and then... See, I didn't want to play because I was like, I'll get this done. I wanted to play because I was like, give you a rest from getting extremely angry at this.
You finally made it,
Oh.
friends.
Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
raid, whoever that was. I can't see.
Nocturne
Yeah,
Duskclaw.
Welcome in.
Now what?
Yeah, there's another thing. This game doesn't tell you a fucking thing. I would assume you have to, from the rocks on the left, do a running
Yeah,
jump.
and then
Of course, the jumping in this game is some of the worst ever seen in the goddamn genre, so... Like, do you feel how bad the
It's
jump
not-
is? There's no such thing as a
Oh,
running jump
definitely
here.
rewind me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nocturne Duskclaw asks, how are you liking Mr. Bones? Ha!
Not so much. As a person or as a game?
As a person,
Seems
he's
like a cool
affable
dude.
and cool,
Yeah.
and
What do I do
I
here?
appreciate his strumming. As a game, this is like torture. Okay. Let me...
oh, the long play.
I'm-
I've consulted the long play. It doesn't look like it. You can grab onto that like horizontal log above you.
Turkey, what
and
were you
shimmy.
doing?
experimenting.
Yeah, it will look strange. Yeah,
So
not
I
even
just
from,
jump straight up? Yeah,
Yep.
okay, I see it.
you can even jump from the like the side of the tree, and
Oh, I don't
yeah,
wanna
from
do it.
here. Yeah, like if you jump left and grab, you can grab it, and you can even shimmy on it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Got it. I need... Whoa!
I think it's fair to say that the frame reference for like the type of platforming they're trying to do is close to like the Prince of Persia. I guess there's gonna be a
I
name
f-
for it. That kind of like momentum.
I swear I didn't even run towards that hole. He just, like, went full tilt into it.
Bat magnetism.
Give me this back. Give me that back.
Don't. It's not worth
Just
it.
rewind me for a while, but like to before I hit
To
that
the
original
before
bad.
times.
Yeah. It's definitely before this. There. This is as good as that gets. Am I still in lose bone mode? Alright.
Mhm. You've got an extra ribcage with you.
My
The snack for later. I would try to get whatever that blue thing is.
Yep. Also, like the little skull face in the wall there, in the cliff.
I wouldn't know how to get that blue thing. Also, that puts me at a really disadvantageous position now. Would you mind rewinding me to when I was still on that branch?
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go from the other side to get that.
A game that absolutely positively
Good
punishes
here.
you at every turn for just daring to try and play it on its own terms.
Yeah, I think that blue thing you go up and around to get.
Mm-hmm.
I would try the branch on the left, I guess, transferring from this to that. Or not.
Yeah, I think if you can get like the high bounce timing right, you can grab. the ledge from that
Impossible.
branch.
I'm going to rate anything to do with the branches and timing as impossible.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I want you to
Whoa.
start from
Good.
here.
No. Oh, you mean because you think it gives you like a higher bounce if you land from?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could get that, then... Oof.
Too far.
Hmm.
Doo-doo-doo.
I don't think what you're
Nope, I was
thinking
right.
of works the way you're thinking of.
I'll just put an enemy right
well,
up
okay.
there. Hey, fuck you, Ed.
Nah, I love you, Ed.
Hmm.
Let me take over.
Hmm. Yeah, go for it.
Obscene. Just absolutely unfucking forgivable. Just so mean.
He wasn't,
just so
he wasn't there
wantonly cruel.
earlier. He only made it up once I actually got some headway. Okay. Now, jump on the log and just get up over him.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Whee!
You figure this has to be towards the end of the level, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I don't have a pelvis, so I can't get my leg
yeah.
back. Can I do anything here? No, this is soft lock. Hey, guess what? This is soft lock territory because I don't have a fucking arm. Unless it just turns into an arm at any point.
I will give you an advanced hint. You do need a full skeleton at the end of this level.
Whatever this is, I can't have it.
It's
The
a
two
pelvis
bones it
and,
cycles between,
an arm.
I can't take either of them. So this is soft lock. So this would be restart the level. This would just be no choice, no recourse, back to the beginning of the level for you. And fuck you very much. So I'm gonna rewind
People are,
all the way back here. Fuck.
People in chat are comparing this to Balan Wonderworld. Mostly, I would say in terms of like frustration, less so in terms of game design. I mean, Balan Wonderworld is one that pissed me off directly. I'm still not angry at this one yet, even when I was playing it. Now, do I have a right to be angry? Perchance. But I'm just not personally angry at it yet.
Fuck. Whatever. Oh, I need the arm, though, because I need to be able to attack these fucking things.
I mean, if you go a little bit further down, there's the... Yeah.
Oh my god, the inputs are so bad. Everything about playing this game is like a nightmare.
Okay, I want to say, because I don't think it has come... It's hard to get across, but you would need to, folks at home, you would need to actually have hands-on with the controls to feel really how awkward this is, because it does not feel right to control. Like, everything feels like very stiff, but not stiff in a way that like Tomb Raider is a stiff game because it's meant to be very exact. This feels like a stiff game in the idea of like a 90-year-old trying to run the Olympics.
I can't believe this is going to be a two-parter. We're not even halfway through the game. We're not even past the first disc. This is a 2-disc game, by the way. I don't know if that was...
Yeah.
Could I crawl underneath here and do something?
Whoops. So I have an idea of how you would get under.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Huh?
Whee!
No, I just want to be... Just let me be this.
Okay, maybe that doesn't work.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe it's back through the other way. I mean, as in the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, I'll say the long play just goes over the top to get that.
It's what it looked like you were supposed to do.
Yeah. It did look like that.
If you had a slightly better attack, that'd be something.
There you go. Oh, that actually took care of him pretty well. I don't know what that was, but I think that was probably just health, considering it was blue.
Yeah. Something I want to pay attention to, because I could be making it up, but I swear
Yay!
You like got a little bit of health back when you were zapping an enemy. But it doesn't seem to always happen, so I don't know if you just picked up a health at the same time and I didn't notice. Oh, sorry.
Hey, guess what? Another one of these fucking levels.
So, to answer your question, Johnny, the manual does say Mr. Bones can replenish his skeletism by draining evil skeletism out of his enemies and converting into good. So, it can happen.
Okay.
Backwards jumping. Even worse than jumping forwards in this game, believe it or not.
Again, one thing, I was expecting even landing on top of the logs to hurt you, so I'm glad that's not the case.
This song is so goddamn loud compared to everything else that we've heard in the game thus far, by the way. So they couldn't even mix the audio right in this game.
This is very much reminding me of like those Laserdisc MSX games we were playing.
Yeah, the Palcom ones, yeah.
Yeah. Pepsi Man. Whoopsies.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a game I get have to be on stream at some point.
At least that'd be a short one. IMFL says MIDI
difficult.
guitar. No, this would be the guitar work of Ronnie Montrose.
Yeah.
There's a bit of MIDI guitar in this track though.
Oh, I'm
I
just
think they're
losing
using-
health. I've been losing health this whole time, even without taking
Yeah.
damage from the logs. Just the pain of existing is causing me to lose health. Give me the goddamn butterflies.
Yep.
Yeah, the rhythm guitar in the background, strangely enough, is a MIDI guitar. At times, it's weird.
Do you think this level needed to go on this long? Just just pulling the room. Do you think this is this is fun what they're doing here? That this is not just an exercise in tedium and
Listen,
pointlessness?
Do you want to hear the full song or not?
I wonder if that's what it comes down to. It's just like, hey, you wrote 5 minutes of music. The stage is only supposed to be 2 minutes long. Well, I guess we're re-rendering it. I guess we're dragging this out for another 3 minutes.
Probably also maybe some technical issue. Well, maybe not technical's the right word, but maybe having one long FMV is better than, say, if they had 3 levels like this that were only like 1 minute long each or something.
I'm gonna say that I'm probably right about like they had a song and they wanted the level to last for the length of the song.
Yeah.
Like that seems in this game's ethos.
Okay, look at my health here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Slime has a great comment.
Dodge that.
Thank God Ronnie didn't make prog. Remember, Ed originally wanted a prog guitarist.
You lose 3 letters worth of health for these fucking logs hitting you, and it's
Big log.
so hard to tell when they're going to hit.
I like to see how many letters you have left over if a big ass log hit you on the head.
Like, what am I supposed to do to not get hit by this log? There's these 2 logs here. I can dodge those well enough. But there's just nothing. You have nothing. You can't jump it because it's bouncing. You can't duck it because it'll go through the rock. By the way, if you duck, you start rolling like this.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I just-
There you
it
go.
turns out.
I somehow like dodged through it.
It is that trial and error thing, though, of you're not gonna figure that out first time.
But what's
Out,
But then I
outside
come
luck.
back to my point about how this game, every time you die, because there's no mid-level checkpoints, you're starting over from the very fucking beginning. So, trial and error, that's great. How many hours would you be stuck on a singular level in this game? Just
Yeah, you'd
trying to problem solve
A lot of
it.
patience. Oh. I do like his running animations, though.
And fuck you if you lost a single bone along the way. Ay, ay, ay. And our reward. All right. Drum solo time. He's a multi-instrumentalist, this Mr. Bones. And it's just Simon Says.
Yeah. And you just
You just hold in the
in the direction you're supposed to be pressing.
I believe watchers of classics of game will recognize this.
Because yeah, you're not following the rhythm. You're just watching where those little lights are flowing and holding like left, right, up, down.
You know, at least they're giving us visual indicators. This is probably how the guitar level should have been played.
Yeah.
Even if this is simple as shit, I mean, I'll take this.
Yes, this helps my quest. Self-evidently.
Now, did they motion capture this drum playing? Did Ronnie Montrose also play the bongos here?
He's a talented man.
Gonna say with these animations, probably not. No. Not saying he couldn't. Just these are very like snap to point animations.
I'm starting to pick up on like where I can look on the screen to just know like when the next
The
thing is
little
coming up.
lights coming down the, yeah. And up.
Yeah, the only
Right.
vaguely tricky one is the right, because that's kind of like out of field of view if you're focusing up top.
It also just doesn't matter because you can just wait for the drums to light up. For the bongos.
I don't know on this stage what like the how strict this might be. Like,
I think you've only taken like damage twice, 3 times now. 4. So yes, if you're maybe like a second off, they seem to penalize you, but that's about it.
Yeah, man. Jazz cats.
What the? Whoa.
I think you did it wrong.
Whoa! That's quite a backbeat I got going there.
No, despite it all, nothing could get Mr. Bones down.
Whitetail Music says, I like that this game feels like it's entirely based on the old cartoon trope of skeletons playing marimba on their bones.
The first thing when somebody to realize that wants to know what the blues is the first thing they got to realize that everybody has it.
Oh, right, yep.
Nope. I really went up in the air that time. Don't ask me how.
I think some of them are like more trampoliny than others.
You know, it's not a matter of not having the blues or not knowing, it's a matter of not recognizing.
Fuck. Whatever. God damn it.
Blues or not knowing, it's a matter of not recognizing. You know what it is.
So I can't jump that high. I can't do anything to get up there.
Yeah.
Even though it looks like I should. Even though it looks like they set it up in such a way that I should. I'm just assuming that's impossible. Also, this camera is not good. The way it is dilating, zooming in and out, making this way harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, it could
Okay,
just
so I
stay-
guess it does just work after a while. I guess it just decides to work sometimes.
It's just like we think that, you know, just because somebody's got $10 million, they're happy.
I'm assuming I'm going up.
I can't prove this, but this is how I figure it.
Isn't
Okay,
this so tripping?
This song might be the biggest evidence that
If prison
Ed wanted a Pink Floyd guy originally.
And could not get
This is-
him.
Yeah. Because this is very, like, wish you were here.
You know, there's been times when
Fuck!
there's been times when I've just been
Now, if you could look in any direction,
Yeah.
if you had the ability to look right, up, down, left,
Yeah.
anywhere, fuck.
And they really should just get the camera like one zoom.
You don't know what to do with it. You can't hold on to it inside forever, or you figure it'll bust your part.
Oh, you know what? That one, no.
That's
Oh,
a breakable
cool.
one.
What an awesome mechanic to introduce midway through this.
You can't let
I would love to get over to the left because that one is spinning, so that means that I could theoretically... Well, let's do this.
hold on to it inside forever, or you figure it'll bust your part. And
Oh, not high enough.
let go of it to anybody because
Well, I guess I'll skip all those and hope that one of these...
it'll fix the problem. Sometimes
Spin.
I'm up to think that he's supposed to cry eating man.
And these are going to collapse underneath me, presumably? Possibly? No?
Okay, get rid of everything.
Do I have to?
Yes, it's like that bit in Earthbound where you're poo. You have to sacrifice everything to achieve alignment.
Oh, big bones. I know
Big
this stage.
bones. Oh, yeah.
Time for a new genre.
If it's not clear, I believe I'm correct when I say that you're controlling the head at the bottom and not
Yes.
your spine.
Tennis for one, anyone? Now, do
This
I need-
is
Oh, those respawn, so I don't think I need to do anything with
Yes.
those.
right. There's no way I can give. I'm having a hard time phrasing this in such a way that doesn't sound trite, but I love how creative this section is.
Oh, we went the wrong way, clearly, because now... So let's travel all the way back left!
So we'll definitely go way more into this in a breakdown, a post playthrough. But I think now that we've seen more of the weird variety, I think a version of this that mostly probably didn't really have platforming levels and sticked mostly to rhythm and like gimmicky ones like this is what this game should have been. It's funny enough, it makes me think of an upcoming game called Unbeatable, where it is just a progression of various like rhythm game types.
Fuck that. I'm not doing any of this.
It's like even when you are doing platforming, it is pretty much just the same rhythm game mechanics, just recontextualized to look like platforming, and that's probably what this should have been.
The parts where it tries to be a traditional video game are some of the worst.
Yeah,
Is basically what you're saying, and I agree. Fuck.
especially because just with the themes of this game as well, like just going all in on trippy rhythm stuff.
Would have been a move.
Yeah.
THX should have sued this game for stealing that sound effect. Now, do you think it's left or right? Because they've been alternating up to this point. But there's nothing here, so I'm going to
assuming
assume
it's-
Wall of Skulls. So I'm just going to preemptively rewind, go the other way. But again, just like, if you're gonna have it be like One Direction or bust, have that Wall of Skulls show up way earlier, so I know, okay, not this way, or just have so you can't scroll in that direction. Have something, anything.
Well, again, I've been picking up on the language of this game and like where it wants you to go. Like in that way earlier level where you're saying, well, I was supposed to go in the top left in the previous level, so I must be going in the top left in this level. I knew that you weren't because you started in the bottom left. You're going to traverse horizontally. I could pick that up. The fact that you couldn't means that, yeah, there probably should have been a little bit more to, like, say this is where you're supposed to go. Because it's all well and good if, like, one person can pick it up or a few people can
Yeah.
pick it up. But more players, like the majority of players, should be able to pick up what you're putting down, especially when it comes to navigation.
This is something I definitely talk about a lot, which is understanding the game design philosophy. Even if you're not, like, versed in game development, you can at a certain point, you still need to be able to intuit what the developers were laying out and the way they intend for you to approach a level. And then there are clues you pick up on, whether consciously or not, that help you in that pursuit, that help you to figure out, okay, well, I should be probably going this way, you know, whether it's like straight up signposted in the environment or just like a general sense of flow that comes with it. And, you know, I'm pretty good. I like to think, going the wrong way, because there was a single skeleton head this way, so I assumed that it was this way, but no.
Yeah.
Like, I like to think I'm pretty good about picking up what developers are laying down, about figuring out those, like, sort of context clues and getting in the headspace of
I wonder how much
developers.
of that, though, is, you know, as mentioned in the history, that a lot of the people who worked on this were first-timers that probably didn't have some of the same aptitude that more experienced devs would have used in that design.
But they still had producers. They still had Ed, who was an industry vet, and Novak, who was an industry vet.
Yeah.
Who should have, you know, been like, hey, do as we say, who should have taken more charge. I'm assuming they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this could very much be their baby. Like, you know, that every design decision they made here is exactly the one they wanted. This sucks. Why is it bouncing the other direction?
That makes me think going under is the solution, but also going under is
a death
very
trap.
Precarious. Yeah.
Could you like launch yourself higher up, because you can? I think you can still jump to go higher. I don't know if that would give you enough height or momentum in the other direction to.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Now I'm seeing it.
No,
There we go.
Come back.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Saved it.
Ooh. I like the sound the skulls make. Let's go, ooh.
Every time I beat a level, it's just.
Ah, yes.
I had my guitar.
The guitar's in my mind. I know chat were making some Jamalami references earlier, but they're very apt at this point.
Can you do on the moon? You can't even breathe on the moon.
Insipid.
He's right though, you can't breathe on the moon, so what can you do?
What can you do in this world? You can't even love in this world.
Says who?
You can't face the darkness, can't face the light. You can't even live in this world.
I mean, that's blues though. Blues is not like, yeah, everything's going great.
In this world. I don't know your story, man. I don't even know my own. But I gotta get out of here and stop that man from doing what he's doing. Can you help me?
Fuck. That doesn't bode well for the next level.
See, Whitetail Music asking, imagine if they made you play this for some reason. The game you're talking about is Guitaru Man. Guitaru Man is the pure musical take on a game like this.
By the way, we control the spinning here by pressing left and right. So it's sort of like Tempest, if Tempest was bad. We can jump too, though that seems more like a trap than anything. No, give me that butterfly. Give me those bones.
Yeah, give me them bones.
Do I need that bone? Evidently. Goodbye, bone. I hardly knew ya. Oh, well, I'm going to lose those bones because I needed... You know, fuck this. Let me keep the rib cage. I need it. So I can have arms. Fuck. Fuck. I'll just jump, I guess. Might as well jump. Ronnie Montrose played
Listen,
for Van Halen.
I feel like Marilyn Manson would disagree with you on what rib cages you do and do not need.
I get the impression we would disagree a lot with Brian on things.
Yeah,
these days.
a lot of things.
I see a dolphin down here. Hey, there we go. Halfway point.
Conclude the story in the sequel. Mr. Bones's insert other disc. Coming soon.
All right.
I do like to just go at the other disc.
I'm playing it safe.
That would... God, that's such a stupid idea, but to have a game and then to have a sequel planned called Disc 2, and then just the end of the first game, it just says insert Disc 2, and you have to wait like 6 months for the game to be announced.
Someone really needs to do that. That's a... I'm not
Inverted up and down.
Idea.
Inverted up and down in this section, by the way.
Oh, like when you're swimming.
You say that, but that is actually how swimming works in classic Tomb Raider. So that is appropriate for the era. You know, it's like flight controls.
Because what is swimming if not flying underwater? if not controlling a jet underwater.
Yeah.
Pepper Lee says my thought, by the way, about that joke that you made, which is, isn't that essentially the dot hack quadrilogy on PS2?
Yeah, close. But I like the idea of the game just ending with insert disc 2.
Yeah.
And there's nothing.
Frappe Fiasco says, a
Frappe
loving
Fiasco
tribute
says-
to the hit game Microcosm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shut up.
I was trying to
reminds-
reference that game on the show like a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't remember the name of it.
That does remind me, there was apparently a recent study into why people use inverted or normal controls.
Yeah, 'cause some people
It turns
are
out they're sickos.
freaks. Yeah.
Apparently, the study determined we're the freaks. In a way.
Which we? Who are you lumping into we?
Well, we don't use inverted in, say, like a first-person shooter, right?
Yeah, because
yeah.
we're, you know, not monsters.
Yeah, apparently that's the... It's weird, it was the rarer option to be inverted, but it had, like, the better response time, so... I have to look it up again. Let me find it.
By the way, can I say, this section, not good. You think this would be
No, it
straightforward
seems
enough,
like-
but the hitboxes are unclear. As sections that try to do this shit in FMV, married with, like, you know, 3D objects or 2D sprites, often make it unclear where the collision is and where you're liable to bump into stuff.
Like a rebel assault.
Yeah,
It definitely looks like here there's so many more instances than not. It doesn't look like you're actually hitting anything. Maybe not there, but
Here we go. I don't know if this link will work for everyone. But here's a report from The Guardian. The scientists looked into... I just love that's a thing. The scientists were like, inverted controls.
no, I hope you don't run out of breath.
his lungs band's got to be crazy. His head game's got to be wild. Mr. Bones' head game.
I think that was like 2 levels ago.
And
Oh, you
God
have to have
help you
everything?
if you lost a single bone. Let me just see what happens. Oh my God. Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
just
Yep.
lose.
Did you hear
Yeah.
that? I can't believe the game would be that cruel. I mean, I should. Why am I surprised the game is that cruel? It's done nothing to be anything other than completely cruel up to this point.
Do you think he's dead, Bob? Of course he's dead. Look at him. Maybe we should tie him up to be on the safe side. Bob? Tie him up? What for? He's dead. Jim?
Oh, now what? Do I look like a shoe? Get these laces off me.
Oh no.
I forgot how good that line is.
Bones will get no help from us. The Ghoulian is stealing my people. He's using them as slaves in his castle.
Little bitty slaves? Oh, that's too cruel. But I don't walk for the Ghoulian.
He uses arachnids. See?
Kidnapped by spiders? Oh, the weirdness never stops.
Says the talking skeleton.
Look at me, sir. Look at my eyes.
You can stop the spiders from stealing my people?
Sure as my name is Mr. Bones. Now,
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
get me out of this.
What?
I have the feeling we're going to be fighting spiders in a second.
Well, hopefully they're tiny spiders like the one in that cutscene.
Little Peopleville. I'm glad they're using the correct terminology. Very forward thinking for 96.
Okay, so obviously very different.
Oh, it's Defender now.
Yeah, it's like Defender but with lemons.
And at least... Oh, shit. Well...
Yeah, they do warn you where.
Yeah, they at least have indicators, but this is so fucking fast. Okay, rewind, because this is impossible. You're seeing this shit?
Yeah, I feel like the moment you're done with one, you already have to be moving in the direction of the other one. Mr. Bones! Oh, at least you can, like, just squish them and not have to zap them.
Okay, yeah, that changes things. That does make this slightly easier.
Okay, because I was worried doing that just killed the little people as well.
Oh, fuck.
I wonder.
Can I save
wonder
this
if
guy?
this whole thing loops.
Let's find out. No.
No. Okay, good to know. Although there is one about to appear right there. Don't know how you would get that.
Yeah, no, this is so mean. This is so fucking shitty. Like, how are you supposed to, like, do half this shit? So I'm going right, but then already, like, pointing
Yeah.
left, so I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do the one on the
Yeah.
left.
I think you have to assume that some of them are going to be a lost cause.
Most of them are going to be a lost cause. Where next? Like, this is the tempo it should be as you near the end of this segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, well, think about what the tempo is going to be when you actually reach the end of the segment.
And like, it's also so finicky because the hitboxes still suck,
Yeah.
right? And also because the camera zoom is not ideal, I can't tell, like, if I'm late coming to the screen, I basically can't. So that's where that one was. I can save that one maybe. I guess I should sort of camp out at the center of the stage, or as close to it as I can reckon.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, like, the safest bet is if you get one in one direction, assume the next one's going to come from the other direction.
And just
immediately.
start sprinting, yeah.
Yeah. Not,
Fuck that.
Yep. Get that one instead.
Acceptable losses.
Red eyes. Come on. Nope.
Thank you, Mr. Bones.
Don't mention it. Now, I gotta get out of here. Whoa! Careful with that leg, Bones.
Here we go.
I'm a brittle man.
Bones, 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 bones. Carrying a skeleton to an icy lake. Carry him so carefully, he's never gonna break. Carrying a skeleton to an icy lake, and his name is Mr. Bones. Bones, Bones.
This would be cute.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Now, this would be cute. This would be endearing, if not for the fact we're about to play the Icy Lake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, Icy Lake, all right. It's all around you. Whoa.
Whee!
So, top-down level.
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
Whoop.
Just
And
swim
he's
on out
back.
of
He's
there.
good. Let me just retain health. Bone. That's going to be good enough is.
Bone. Oh, there you go. Bones.
Yeah, Ring Sting is fucking right for this. All right, so jumping, not the answer. You would think it would be because you need to jump over these. In fact, it is the answer, except when it's not.
Yes.
I was gonna say, do you have to time it with the ice underneath? You see, it's flown. You have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I don't
What
think I
did I say
would have
about
picked up
Johnny?
on that immediately. I guess that's an example I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, Johnny Baghead's the smartest game.
Oh, and some of these don't have cracks on
right.
them, so they just, it's a nice fucking surprise.
In short time, your fate will be
Requiring
sealed,
jumping.
Superman.
See, I got the sequence wrong. I thought I had to jump earlier than I did, but it's this sequence. Remember, I have played this before. I have beaten this before, somehow. The answer is with egregious rewind, like we're using here tonight, but...
Yeah.
The health almost seems unnecessary because if you die in 2 hits, and if you get fucked up by one thing, you're very likely to get fucked up by a second thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And jumping somehow sent that one plummeting. Thank God for rewind, because I know people...
Yeah.
We're going to get through the stage relatively fine, but I just want people to bear in mind as I'm doing this, as I'm sort of cheating my way through it. Imagine making it to like the midpoint of this level, dying, having to start from the beginning. Imagine making it to the end of this level, dying, having to start from the beginning. Imagine
White
not
Tail
having
Music says-
rewinds and save states on you.
Whitetail Music says, I don't know how anyone beat this game without rewind.
Yeah, no, it
People
really
have a lot
does
of time.
beleaguer believability that anyone can actually finish this game on its own terms, outside of maybe Ed Annunziata himself and the other people who worked on it.
Yeah, like, it's funny thinking back, there would have been games, not maybe at this level, but this kind of frustrating, like a checkpoint stuff, and it's like, well, this is the one new game I've got to play, so I'm just going to keep at it. Part of me wonders, because you can pick up like a lot of speed and momentum in this level. Like, if that's...
It is
if you
part
just
of it.
know the route.
Yeah, if
could
you know
just
the route, you
speed
can theoretically
past, yeah.
just...
Oh,
That'd be
you
really
know
fun to
who?
see.
You know who's the first place speedrun holder for this game?
Lizstar?
Japanese version, 80% of the world. Yep.
Yeah, I had a hunch.
Lizstar. Also,
What was
only
it?
person on the board for that one.
Yeah, that sounds about
Who was
right.
it? Who was it, sorry?
Lizstar,
Lizstar.
friend of the show.
Oh. Hell yeah.
There's actually 3 people who run this game, and they're all the world record holder in their own categories because they just they're all the only people who do it for each category.
That's beautiful.
Fuck. What's great is that when you... Okay, so you sink underneath the ice. The jump is automatic. And basically guarantees that if you land on a platform, you're fucked. If you land anywhere not a platform, it's still going to crack. So the second shot they give you is basically just a trap. It is basically
Yeah,
to
that's what I
convince
like.
you.
That's what I
like
was saying about the health almost being unnecessary.
Yeah, and I don't like that jumping on these under ice platforms makes them sink. Just seems like a mean punishment for you correcting with the jump.
Fuck. I just want to try to scam this a little bit. I wonder if there's a way, if I can slow down here, keep this going. Doesn't help that the ice physics are ice physics and everything that entails. Well, fuck the health there. I should just...
Yes. There's no reason to get that health, because you're at full.
Okay, we've reached an impasse. What do you want me to do, game? Where do I go from here?
Surely it is just north. Let me be doubly sure.
Can you... There's no way that's it.
Fuck.
The random guitar... the random guitar plucks in the song every now and then sounds like the guitarist wants a treat.
Ugh. I don't think it's this way. It can't be this way.
Okay. No, it is. It is. I don't know how the long play does it. They make this ice thing move forward.
Jump on top of the ice thing. That's... Yeah. That was my thought. I was like, there's no way.
So do the thing that we've conditioned you to not do because it sabotages you prior to this moment, and just do it.
Yeah. It's a shame because I get the logic of it not moving on its own because then you don't have to wait for the cycle. It's just that the fact that jumping on all of them is usually a detriment and all that. Also, a lot of the strat here, it depends on the area, but a lot of it...
No, this is where it... So now it's just going to double back?
My hunch was that it was going to bounce on something and then ricochet in a new direction. But maybe you're right that it's just literally backtracked to where it was.
Yeah, it's just backtracking to the beginning of the stage. Or not beginning of the stage, but beginning of where it like came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it a watch. Giving it a watch.
Okay, there we are.
Yep. You see the know to disembark from it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey. There you go. Shit.
Fuck.
I get it. Yep. Because jumping doesn't make them sink all the way, it just brings them down.
Oh, okay. Okay, it just didn't look like some of them were sinking permanently earlier.
Because this isn't fucking completely unreasonable, right?
Okay, that one's not going to go anywhere. I think you'd had to jump on the one to the left first.
Yep.
No mid-level checkpoints.
No, none.
So every time you had to rewind here would have been another try from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's not good.
I remember part 2 of the Rise to Honor, that second stealth level, and I was getting worried because that kept just going on, and that had multiple mid-level checkpoints.
Why tell me does this game have game overs? Oh yeah, like if you die, it's game over.
There we go. The hardest level in this game, according to people, except. Wrong way.
By the way,
did you figure out what was happening there? By the way, did you figure out what was happening in the half a second they give you to figure out what's happening in this level?
Let me
I think it was something from beneath the ice.
Do you see the perspective here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
And you have like a quarter of a second to figure this out, and then to further memorize the entire stage, because guess what? It's going to do this every time that you bump into a wall.
I'd say at least based on the long play, this is short. This part.
How am I dying there? I'm.
Is that just a bad spot you're not allowed to step on? Nope.
Oh
wow, you were that close.
What's even the point of having that level?
Healing Mind asks, is this a do everything in one go kind of game? Not so much, right? There is like level select when you die, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't remember how to do this.
Yeah, this is a... I remember this being a weird
I think
one.
it's like shadow play. I think I just need to like play the level based on the shadows.
Yeah, if you idle, by the way, Mr. Bones will do some shadow puppets. We're just in the wrong position.
Again, cute concept, novel use of mechanics and the like, and hardware. Unfucking playable. I've had no control for the past 15 seconds. I was just getting batted back and forth between these two pillars. And now I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yep, jump on that, and then come back towards the screen. Yeah.
Heinous. Crimes against game design being demonstrated in front of us live by means of Mr. Bones. Okay, back to the beginning. It's coming back to me now.
Yeah, you know, I'm curious because the game has a manual. I want to see what the manual says about this level.
I mean, I can also tell you that, yeah, when you jump on it, you go to the statue that's eyes turn blue.
Yeah.
Reset the
I
door
need the
switch.
health first. Except why isn't it letting me pick up the health? In this fucking shitty warped perspective, just give me the health.
Yep. Hold on a sec.
Oh! Would it be better to just take the death, go to level select, and then come back with full health instead of like the BO that you started here with?
Yeah, we
No,
really
it
gotta do
replenishes you
something.
to full.
Oh, I was gonna say we should do something about Cass's BO. And yeah, I read the manual. The manual does not explain how to do this. It just mentions like, oh, the shadows will hurt you, and you've got to get through that door.
The shadows are fucking relentless with their attacks.
There's a butterfly in here.
Would love to have it. I think that was it. I think I got it.
Yeah. Give you a modicum of life.
You know, it's funny. We are very
Perspective
far
here.
into this game. We haven't used any of the transformation stuff, like the long bone stuff.
It's almost like they didn't fully think this game out at any point.
Oh, let me get the exact name for it.
God, this is so bad.
Long
I
legs
still-
configuration, long arm configuration, Slim Jim configuration. I wonder if Slim Jim is how you're supposed to get through that log.
I still think it might be best to...
No, it's not, because I'm so close.
Ah, sunk cost fallacy then. Okay, gotcha.
Wait, hold on. It did spawn another butterfly.
I gotta look.
Just let me have it.
Oh yeah, we might even be out of levels to show off those bone config from options.
Did I not make it there in time, or did I hit it? It's hard to tell. Because this
Yeah,
game is
it's-
so
you made
wonderful.
it.
Because the eyes change color.
Yeah.
You can't crouch here because, you know, that's... because of the perspective and the trickery they're doing to make this all happen. This is, like, I'm out of ways to say that this is the worst video game ever conceived in terms of this, like, pure gameplay. I'm running out of ways to say that the game design, the underlying design of this game is a criminal act that should have been, like, penalized by The Hague. there's just no excuse for how poorly this plays at every turn. Just how wantonly cruel and shitty and just ill-conceived every aspect of this game is. That has to do with the actual gameplay. Like, what more can you say that it isn't, like, already, like, evident at this point, right? And it's just infuriating because, you know, clearly, like, a lot of effort was put into the aesthetics and the design and thoughtfulness and the world and the music. And you want to celebrate that stuff. You know, the Bad Game Hall of Fame ethos is giving bad games the due process they deserve, recognizing when things are, like, are good, are neat, are cool, are well ideas, are good ideas executed badly. And, you know, no finer example of a good idea, of neat ideas executed badly than this game. But it's just so unplayable that it beleaguers any complimenting.
That's the thing I would emphasize is there are good ideas here, just executed badly.
Executed the worst.
I mean, it's no Braveheart.
How close are we to the end of the game, by the way?
Oh, we're really close.
All right, we're doing this in one part.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 or 5 levels.
Slam Hunter asks, does that mean that Mr. Bones is #1 for the Bad Game Hall of Fame? No, that's still going to be Drake of the 99 Dragons forever in my heart. Game that does not frustrate me nearly as much as this. Okay. I vaguely remember how to do this. I would like to die on this one. Now I'm going to take the death. And return to the menu.
The reason I was trying to say it in the previous level was because you could go in there with that full health thing waiting for you for later. Okay, you can see exactly how far you are now.
Shadow Monster, the Guardian. Is it dry mode or?
It's the dry mode because Shadow Monster was, you know, shadows. Wait, Johnny, I'm going to link you to something because if you want something probably slightly easier to follow than a long play, there is just a guide.
Oh yeah, it's sometimes good to also have video just to see, have a picture reference as well.
I'm trying to remember how to do this. Is it jump on his head after he strikes? Because you see those screws there, right? That's the entire, conceit of this.
I mean, he will follow you, so you have to... There you go. And then just keep doing that.
And dodge this shit. Which bounces horizontally in addition to vertically. Just in case you thought there was any chance the developers might be letting up on you at this point. Nope. Like, dodge this, bitch! Like, you can't. You just can't.
You know, they didn't want Mr. Bones to feel immortal. You know, the hero's journey. They want you to know he can be vulnerable.
This dragon, or T-Rex or whatever, seems very pissed that he's about to be free from captivity.
He doesn't know what we're doing. He's a dumb animal.
It's the red when they get turned red-eyed. It's like they're berserked.
Fuck. Well,
you know what? You remember the movie I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yeah, piece of shit that is.
I feel like if I was in charge of like making the AI robots in that universe, I wouldn't have given them the capacity to have the evil red eyes. I feel like that's just like a bad idea.
I do like that scene though where Will Smith is just walking in the street eating a pumpkin pie. Sweet potato pie. Yeah. And he sees, you know, a robot doing a thing, and he just goes up to a random guy and says, "Sir, hold my pie." And the guy gives him like a "what the fuck are you talking about" look. And Will Smith just looks at him sternly and goes, "Sir, hold it or wear it." So he takes the pie. Because it's
And
that's
levity,
iRobot. That's all you can see
comedy,
from that film.
joy, concepts that are unfamiliar to me now, that have been lost from my vocabulary, from my mind, having played Mr. Bones for the Sega Saturn tonight. Fuck. Why'd he go up? I wasn't up.
You knew you wanted to go up, though. Boy, it sure takes a lot of jumps to unscrew one of these things.
Yep. Can I get another butterfly
in the corner
or fungus? Ducking in the corner you'll still get hit by the first one that comes down, but you'll dodge the follow-up one, so that's got to be good enough. Oh wow, such great healing there. Fuck. Too soon.
Oh.
Fuck.
So I wonder, do the long leg Slim Jim combination runs work on this screen? Not really.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We officially showed it off.
Yep. That's what I was trying to show off like way earlier when I was picking around with stuff, but it's a strange system.
Yeah.
Also, we kind of proved by the fact of not really engaging with it ever that you don't really need it to beat the game.
Oh no, completely inessential.
I'm pretty sure the long play I was using for reference doesn't do it.
Oh my god, it needs to be a double jump, but you can't double jump in this game. You can't, like, jump and then land and then expect to be able to jump again. Oh my...
Oh, that's...
You have to, yep, like that. Almost there.
Again, I wonder if maybe some of the secret or hidden health things, that's what the bone configurations were for, and just no one does it.
Oh, I think that one's...
Well, let's not take a shit ton of damage, because I still gotta do the other screw. Nocturne Dustclaw says, I get the feeling you don't care very much for this game. No, I think this is the worst video game ever made.
No, it's not.
In terms of gameplay, yes. And in terms of, like, aesthetics and whatnot, in terms of, like, you know, ideas, it's got a few of them that I appreciate. But in terms of gameplay, this might be the worst video game. I think this is just absolutely fucking contemptuous in the ways that I frequently complain about.
All right.
It has no respect for your time whatsoever. No respect for, like, inputs or accessibility. Look, I keep dying to something off-screen that I have no recourse for.
I would like you... I'm not saying this is going to prove you wrong, but I would like to hear you compare this to Highlander on Jaguar CD.
At least you could save state there. At least you had fucking save states. At least you had combat that was semi-functional. At least you weren't falling apart every time you fucking jump.
I mean, semi is the key word there, but yes.
I'd say that's a good game or anything, but this is maybe one of, like, the most frustrating video games we'll ever show off here. Just in terms of pure gameplay.
Yeah, frustrating I would definitely agree with.
Liberty is a sweet thing to savor. I do hope you'll forgive my aggressive and extremely rude behavior. My imprisonment made me somewhat testy, I'm afraid. Now, hop on. And hold on tight.
He did tell you to hold on.
Psych, sucker.
By the way, notice how every single cutscene in the game has a different aspect ratio. Did you notice that? How every single one has different pillar boxing, letter boxing, how there's absolutely zero consistency in terms of scale and compression, and just a fun little thing that you might notice at a certain point.
I think this is a metaphor for Jesus.
Yeah, I did notice that, but yeah, I'm looking at...
Wait, how did I miss that? How did I miss the fucking thing in the center there? The one thing I actually want.
That is very strange, yeah. Like, yeah, some of them are just pillar box, and then some of them are just
No,
completely
that's
black
just-
boxed. It's
No,
very strange.
If any level is a take the death level, it's this level. This is the very start of the level. Okay.
But you get the full health there. And ultimately, you need the full health to burst through the windows.
Yes.
That's the gimmick of this level, is that you are losing health every time you go through one of these things. You need to be replenishing your health constantly, because this is unavoidable damage.
Mm-hmm. Regardless of how this part plays, I do like just watching Mr. Bones being pulled around here. While this church.
I don't know
music's
why, but this entire game I've been obsessed with the new words that have been spelled every time you get hit.
playing. Oh yeah. No, they're great.
Boney. You wee bony lad.
Bona fide.
Whoop. Bonne chance.
And people say the Saturn couldn't do 3D environments. This is the best sprite scaling that arcades in 1980s had on offer. Outrun, eat your heart out.
Gotta get stingy with these. Was that death or the end of the level?
That was death. Maybe if I can collect every single one of these, I'll have just enough.
Let's see. There you go.
Okay, so I think I need to collect those on the left, transfer over. Nope.
No, you don't have enough time to do all that. Unless you start like way earlier, and I still don't know. Maybe just stick it to one side.
Nope. Not enough health. Straight up. They expect you to grab every single one of these to weave between. But I'm taking more damage trying to do that.
Yes. The problem is that's not going to be feasible.
They made an impossible game, God bless them. They're just like, you know, some players might accidentally make it past all the previous levels. Let's make sure we really get them here. Bonk, black. Okay, so I'm just going to go, not the beginning of the level, but I'm going to go beginning of this section. Nope. Make sure I collect every single one, because missing a single one means that 2 screens from now I'll be fucked. These ones that you have absolutely no time to react to, that you just need to know are there from having played this previously. Fuck off.
Like having.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone watching this is thinking like, how are you like not, you know, how are you still managing to hit those things? How are you not dodging it? I'm looking at how you're controlling this, and having had hands-on with this game, I know exactly what's going on, that it is so hard to control.
Did I collect a single one of those fucking healths? It's hard to tell, because this game is so wonderful.
And I just checked.
And my
for
fucking
+30.
legs dangling. Fuck off. This is shit. I hate this. This is I stand by my statement. This is the worst game ever made. That's definitely hyperbole. I'll definitely change my mind on that at a certain point. But in this moment, I have nothing but contempt and hate in my heart for this. Fuck off. Okay. Suck my dick. Fuck this. Someone else play this level.
Start the level over. Give it to me.
Mm-hmm. Unfucking believable. Unfucking conscionable. The way this level is designed. It should be so fucking simple. It should be so fucking easy to make this level. Here, it's the Hall of Pane.
Thank you.
It's unfucking believable. They fucked up such a simple level concept so badly. Good luck.
Wee.
Like, I'm in pure Venom cast mode right now because of this game.
Come on, get over there. There we go.
Yeah, I'll say for certain parts in the long play, they just make sure they have enough health to in an earlier part, so they don't have to pick up orbs in the next.
You really okay?
No health on this screen. Oh,
No,
wow.
over there.
You want me to rewind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's impossible. Here, you know what? Get the ones on the right. Every little bit fucking counts. Frank Gothic says we support Venom Cast when you have all the reason to be, and you absolutely do. Yeah, no, that's a you.
Yeah, I
you
see.
already
I see
lost.
why.
Yeah.
I see why. I know how to approach this now.
You're doing it wrong.
And then,
oh, there you go. I didn't realize it would give you enough time to transfer over. My bad.
Although I did miss a bunch of those, though.
Yes, you did miss a bunch. You should not miss those. And get the ones on the left here too. Nope. Criminal charges. Is it too late? Is there one, a law on the books we can charge these developers with, and two, is a statute of limitations? I'm rewinding
just
you.
Rewind.
Yeah,
Yeah. I swear that the hitboxes don't really line up.
No, they don't at all. And because your legs dangle when you press left or right, that's another big part of it, is that there's momentum that you can barely account for.
Also, you're constantly drifting a bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. Like, it wants to return you to rewind. Actually, rewind me back to the window so I can just hold left.
Yep.
It always wants to have you go back to center.
I think you got like a couple of those.
I think
These things should be fucking magnetizing to you at every turn. They should just be like, you're in the ballpark. You didn't get a single one of those. How is the game this fucking rotten? How is the game this fucking bad?
You got some.
No, I got none.
No, they got none the first time.
No? Oh, okay.
No, I got nothing.
You need to hear the sound effect, otherwise it's not collected.
Ah, that's on me then. I thought I heard it.
You hear what you want to hear.
Yep.
I'm guessing right.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Unfucking believable. This level is still going. Is this not long enough?
This is near the end, from what I saw.
I need to rewind though.
Yeah.
How far?
Remind me to the window.
No, you know you need those. You absolutely unequivocally need those on the right. Or no, you can't get them because of the fucking thing in the center.
I don't have time. I know.
Slime says, Johnny, you're coming in hot. Yes, you got too close to your microphone again, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, I'll put it there.
Is this enough? Die. That was enough.
Still going.
Please be enough to live. I think boy is enough to live. No? Yes?
Nope.
No. All right, rewind me to the window.
You get those two on the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or one on the right.
No, one on the right. I need to rewind again because I missed.
Yeah, yeah.
You need all these and to not get hit by that. They don't let you get those.
I think Poe is better than I had when I went into this in the first time.
Nope. You only got one there. The worst hitboxes. The worst collision ever conceived by a human being. You could not make a game deliberately worse than this. In terms of this wanton cruelty.
I don't know, maybe I'm just more cynical about a lot of retro games where this kind of... Well, there's one way to solve this, and you just need to keep at it.
There we go. That's enough.
This isn't a matter of keeping at it, though, Johnny. Retro games are not this cruel. Arcade games are not this cruel. in terms of checkpointing, in terms of how far they set you back, in terms of not telegraphing fucking anything, in terms of the hitboxes being bullshit, in terms of the memorization you have to do, in terms of how overlong these levels are.
Definitely, I agree with you there.
There's nothing worse than this. I can't think of a single video game that is this fucking mean. Name a harder game than this. That is less forgiving, that is more brutal.
Dark Souls.
See, this is going to be a bit of a hot take, but I don't think Ninja Gaiden NES is that good because it's so much root memorization and just.
I mean, are you counting games that are like by design the cruelest they could possibly be? Like, you know, like
Massacre games aren't this bad. By the way, I realize now that you expected me to play. I was taking a nice little break.
I mean, just standing still seemed to be working.
Yeah.
You never stop spinning.
That might be a personal thing with Ninja Gaiden NES. Just because I see the amount of parts in that game where if you're standing on a platform, an enemy will just run towards you, you'll kill it, and then a frame later it will respawn and run at you again.
I mean, that's whatever compared to this game and the way this game fucking dials up bullshit difficulty.
Oh, I have no time for that particular kind of design. Like I said, that might just be personal to me.
By the way, back to the wonderful audio mix. The pew sound effects are about like 20 decibels louder than anything that has ever happened in the game up to this point. You know, our mixer is doing whatever. Our limiter is, you know, countering that to a certain extent, so that the audio is mostly level for the audience at home. But for us right now, this is unbelievably brutal just to listen to sonically.
Hey!
Well, it's over.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad.
Whoa! Party is getting rough.
Frank Gothic reminded us how bad PAX Corpus was in terms of, you know, lack of checkpoints, but...
Whoa, this cat is serious. What he needs is an attitudinal adjustment.
Oh, I remember this level.
Yeah. If you've never seen this game, you're not... I don't think you would have guessed this is going to be a level.
To trip elephants. Why do ants to trip elephants? Why do ants hide behind trees to trip elephants?
So you need to guess the buttons that correspond. That was let me just redo that. Let me show you. By the way, have you ever played Monkey Island? This is supposed to be a treat for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go back to the beginning here. And let's go through my process.
Why do ants
X button,
hide behind trees?
Z button,
to trip
A button. That was right. I got the order right there. Why didn't it work?
Yeah. I wonder if you cut off one of the lines early or something.
So let me just remember this. Just what buttons these correspond to.
Why do ants hide behind trees? To trip elephants.
That was
Yeah,
X, Z, A.
Why didn't the chicken skeleton?
It's not Z this time.
He didn't have any guts.
The punchline is Y.
Why
So
didn't the chicken
X,
cross the road?
B,
He didn't have any guts.
Y. So they're changing the buttons every single time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the string goes outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar and orders a drink. The bartender says, "Aren't you the same string who just came in here?"
I have the answer to this one. If at any point you say, like, just tell me the buttons.
Sits down and orders a drink. So the string goes outside, ties himself up. A string walks into
It's
a bar,
B.
sits down and orders a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So the string goes outside, ties himself up.
Nope.
Wrong one. So it's B,
The bartender says, "Hey,
Z.
aren't you the same string who just came in here?"
Nope.
No. Oh, this is a 4-part joke.
Yes.
Bartender says,
No, it's a 5-part joke, actually.
"Strings here." So the string goes outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar and orders a drink.
I do like it like this, where he's just telling this really weird, rambly story and repeating parts over and over again.
Tell me the fucking buttons. I am
Alright,
done
B.
with this piece of shit.
B.
I know, I will in just a second.
Yeah, there we go.
A string walks into a bar, sits down,
C.
orders a drink. The bartender says, "We don't serve strings here."
X.
So the string goes outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar, and orders a drink.
Z.
But they're saying like
they don't give you enough time.
Aren't you the same string who just came in here?
A.
A string. The string answers and says, "No."
They don't give you enough
Such
time.
a long joke. It's B, C, X, Z, A.
I had to go back to the very beginning of this and just do it flawlessly because they do not give you enough time.
A string walks. The bartender says, so the string goes outside. The bartender says, the string answers and says, "No, I'm afraid not."
You can't just skip it. You can't just bum rush it. You have to actually sit through all these fucking obnoxious lines. So imagine replaying this shit.
A string walks into a bar, sits down, and orders a drink. The bartender says, "We don't serve strings here." So the string goes outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar, and orders a drink. The bartender says, "Hey, aren't you the same string who just came in here?" The string answers and says, "No, I'm afraid not."
What do you want? What the fuck do you want, game? That was as quick as a human could fucking do it. Unfucking believable. Unfucking conscionable. Ah. Back to the fucking beginning.
A string walks into a bar, sits down, and orders a drink. The bartender says, "We don't serve strings here." So the string goes outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar, and orders a drink. The bartender says, "Hey, aren't you the same string who just came in here?" The string answers and says, "No, I'm afraid not."
I literally can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. This is the worst. Criminal charges. Fuck everyone who made this game. How do you do this and not recognize that you're making the worst video game of all time?
Sits down and orders a drink.
Bones, you really need to cut a few words out of this joke.
Yeah, it's not beat it out at all.
Outside, ties himself up, roughs himself up in the head, goes back in the bar, and orders a drink. The bartender says, "Hey, aren't you the same string who just came in here?" The string answers and says,
"Nope, I fucked up. I accidentally double tapped it, so I lost the whole thing."
The bartender says, "Hey," and orders a drink. The bartender says, "Hey, aren't you the same string who just came in here?" The string answers and says, "No,
it's not enough time.
I'm afraid not."
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It literally has to be frame perfect. That's unreal.
To get to the other side. Why'd the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
Wow, they give you an easy one there.
Guess what?
He finally learned that brevity is the soul of wit.
We have 4 more fucking jokes to tell.
I do like when he just tells the punchline and just bursts
I need
out
to hear the
laughing.
fucking joke.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Why did the zombie drive into the ditch?
What?
Why did the
No, that was
to turn the blinker off?
It's and rewinding isn't
AZC.
helping. Yeah. AZC?
Why did the zombie drive into the ditch? To turn the blinker off.
Just tell me the
When
bunch
they
for the next
briefly
one.
leave-
Tell me the bunch for the next one.
Yeah.
No, it's random.
Is knocking at your door. The knock is out of time. How do you know when a drummer is knocking at your door? The knock is out of time.
Yeah, you found it.
Only if they boof you, leave too big a gap.
When you offer a zombie change, what do you get when you offer a zombie a penny for his thoughts? Change.
Yeah, you found it.
Because they don't want us there. Because why are we here? Because they don't want us there.
I had it right.
Why are we here? Because they don't.
Why isn't it working?
Why are we here? because they don't.
What is going wrong? What is wrong? Why didn't that work? It's a two-part joke.
Are we here? Now, why
Oh.
are we here?
Because we have to put the now in front of it. That was essential to this fucking joke landing. Whether I said now at the top or not.
So, I would like to say something here. It randomly pulls jokes from a list. You know how many jokes there are?
8
in the database? 60!
Because the new players are going to replay it 1,000,000 times.
To make this night possible. I even prolonged my life with vampire blood.
What have you got for it besides 1,000 acres of stony lonesome?
A canvas of black. Who'd have thought one little white speck would ruin everything?
Me.
But I see red skies ahead now, Mr. Bones.
By the way, I'm at full. I appreciate the bong hit transplant reference.
Exactly what I did.
I was a little too angry to appreciate it a moment ago, but... Los
Last
Endos.
level.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can explain the gameplay here.
Good, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. So yeah, you are supposed to hold the direction that a shot's coming in. I don't know if you have to time a button with it.
Did that count?
Like
Did that work?
There you go.
Nope, it up didn't work there. So nope, up still not working. Down not
It should be
working.
up.
Nope.
Is it time?
Let me do it in advance. No. Does it have to be timed? Probably. Nope. 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 That one worked somehow. I can't believe I'm done.
Oh,
Someone else play this. I'm so fucking pissed at this. And good luck.
You there, Chucky? I can try this bit if you need to.
No, I had to, like, mute y'all so I could actually read the instructions on what to do so I could tell you.
Oh, no, that's fair. It looked like you have to, like, lean away and then towards when a shot's coming up.
So...
I'm not touching the controller. Someone else do this. I'm done. I'm
Johnny, I thought you were playing. Okay.
Nope. That's Chucky.
The thing is, I need to find what button does... Okay. It's B. So you need to block it and then shoot it back out. And if you have absorbed one and you haven't shot a thing back out again, then you take damage.
Do you want the rewind or do you want to start it over?
I'm going to start it over.
Okay, I forgot about that part.
You also have to shoot at the red circly thing. If you shoot in open spot, then it regenerates that. God, that one's mean
Piece
right
of
there
shit.
when he does that.
How are you able to block the ones from up top?
I'm holding up.
That's what I was doing.
Damn it.
It's because when you did it, Cash, you had already absorbed one shot without shooting it. So if you try and absorb a second shot, then it just hits you, which is poorly explained, and the manual does not go into it. That might be the most egregious stuff. Is you think the manual, considering it has an entry for every level, would explain this stuff? It really doesn't.
I might have
shot.
to. I'm gonna have to actually take off my headphones to play this, so I'm not gonna be able to hear y'all or talk. I need to super focus.
Or we're gonna shut the fuck up during this.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna give us any health recharges during this?
No, there are none.
All right, fucking good luck.
All right.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't need to see that.
Gotcha.
You've been grinched.
Oh, now we ain't gonna go through all this again now, are we?
What do you expect to extract? Will you stick a pipette into the heart of darkness? Puppy dog tails?
Excuse me, but didn't you say you had vampire blood?
Shut up! I'll turn you into toothpicks and give you to gluttons who eat nothing but gristle.
Behind you, man!
What's the alternative to evil anyway? Good? Ha!
Excuse me, but the sun?
Show me a good man, and I'll show you a hypocrite. Show me a hypocrite, and I'll show you evil waiting to happen. And I waited long enough. Centuries. The night belongs to me.
The night's over, man.
The long red night has just begun.
I hate to break it to you.
What?
Not much of a listener, was he?
Cool.
My evil army. This is actually her phone number he was dialing in.
She has no body, and I have no skin. Ho ho! It could work out. It could happen.
I still like that bit. Makes no sense. Now you know why they call him Mr. Bones.
Unfucking real.
Good work.
I guess I'm gonna hit the screen.
Woo! Oh, Angel Studios?
Oh yeah, Rockstar did the cutscenes. Did I mention that? I forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah.
That all the cutscenes were done by the studio would become Rockstar. Fucking
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
So what are you thinking? 3 out of 5?
And
should we
did
just
too much?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's a gift for anyone who managed to last this
At
long
last,
between
you've
my
come.
whinging.
Yeah.
Friends.
Thank you again, Blahat and Valorant, both of y'all.
And did too much.
I think Valorant auto activates. I think Valorant
it
is
does.
just, it matches.
Oh.
Gift. Yep.
Oh,
Oh, well, we're not seeing who these people are, or these ones.
Valorant, as in the video game Valorant.
Oh, okay.
Well, as long as these credits are fucking corrupted, as long as my disk image is, oh, well, we might as well,
This is also
my
corrupted.
bones.
3. Okay, well, that was Mr. Bones for the Sega Saturn, and this may shock some folk in the audience to hear this, but I fucking hated this.
You did?
At every single turn. I know I usually leave you to go first. I'm going first on this one. I'm teeing the fuck off. This is one of the worst video game design documents that has ever been submitted. This is the worst gameplay I think I've ever seen in a video game. It does a dozen different genres and does none of them well. It's obscene how poorly focused this whole game is. If they had stuck to maybe 4 genres, maybe they could have got somewhere. And the genres they decide to go with, devote the most time to, are the wrong ones. How do you make a music adventure, a rock and roll blues adventure, and not commit to the fucking rhythm game sections? How do you not do those for the most part? How do you not just alternate between that and the platforming? How do you not land on that? They spent so much time wondering if they could that they didn't stop the thing that they should. And I know that's hackneyed as fuck, but it's true. Just because you can cram 15 different genres into your game doesn't mean that you fucking should. Especially if none of them are realized in any fucking capacity. It's obscene. And I use that word a lot. And let me say specifically what that means. Is that it is so egregious. It is so gross. It is so... They had to have known, because obscenity, you know, the definition of obscenity is knowingly producing something that offends sensibilities. And there's no way you can design this game and not know that what you're putting out is pure unadulterated fucking shit. At every turn, every decision made is a decision made for the benefit of no one. It's for the purpose of punishing players. Every single input, every single level design, every single artificial intelligence routine on the enemy's part, every single little bit of timing, every single little bit of collision is done wrong. There's not a single fucking thing in terms of gameplay this game does right. Not a singular fucking aspect. Name one gameplay design mechanic that functions properly in this game, that functions as you expect it would, that functions in a way that benefits the player, that gives them any sense of control or feeling of having any sort of impact on the world, on the levels of forward momentum. Name
It didn't
fucking
crash.
one. It didn't crash. Great.
I assume that's mainly like the active gameplay ones, because anything that's like rhythm game, I don't think you could apply that criticism to.
Sure, the
You
rhythm
could
game
obviously
is
point out
fine, except for the part they don't show you the things on the screen for the guitar one, and you have to figure that shit entirely
and
on your own.
communicating how to do those segments, like that's a problem outside of that.
It's it's
you got any more to say? Or yeah,
I still have more to say. Yeah, I'm
go-
still
go for it.
heated. I'm still absolutely furious at everything this game has laid out in front of us. The levels that go on way too fucking long. Just how shitty that platforming is. Fucking rip all the platforming sections out for this game. Rip all the gameplay out from the game at a certain point, and start over from scratch, because this foundation is so fucking rotten that it beleaguers believability. It's just, this game can only have been designed to infuriate people. I refuse to accept any other outcome or explanation, because you don't land on these decisions unless you're deliberately seeking to antagonize the player. Like, am I crazy here? Well, can anyone disagree with me? Can anyone raise a reasonable counterpoint?
Okay. So my counterpoint is not necessarily you're wrong about the issues with this game. It's just I hear so many stories of games that have these difficulty issues, and people interview the devs, and the dev will say, well, we didn't realize because we made the game and we knew how to beat it. So I don't get the impression of like trying to make something unplayable out of this.
It's the only thing I can get. It's the only conclusion I can draw. I understand the logic of someone plays their game a million times, QAs it, and then the QA testers become so good at the game that they're just like, oh, this is easy, the cakewalk. And then meanwhile, they put it in the hands of anyone else. No, because this game is such bullshit at every single fucking turn. I don't even see how someone who has mastered the game, I can't imagine a speedrunner having any consistency with this because the inputs are so fucking bad, and because the routines are so unpredictable, and because level design is so coded in such a way as to make it like as difficult and it is as unbelievably frustrating as possible. I just don't see how you land on any of these design decisions organically without realizing that what you're doing is pure, unadulterated antagonism towards the player. It's either that or these are the worst game developers who ever fucking lived. It's either that or these are the worst fucking hacks who ever committed a line of code to a video game. Go ahead, Sharky.
Yeah, 3 out of 5?
No, I didn't finish. You really seemed intent on saying something in the middle of that. So
I mean, I was gonna say like I have a counter to the antagonism bit, but I think I'll save it until you let me have my shot.
Okay.
So finish your thought.
So all that being said, yeah, there's some creative edge behind this. Yeah, Ed probably had like a couple neat ideas. I think you could do a game about a skeleton who falls apart reasonably well in some alternate universe that is not this one, that is not the context that this game was developed within. I appreciate the musical flair and you know, references to it and the love letter this is to the man that Ed worked with, to that Ronnie Montrose. That's all wonderful. Absolutely fucking worthless. Absolutely zero. Doesn't register. Doesn't matter. Might as well not exist because the game itself is so goddamn inaccessible. And it's times like this where you really need to remind people who watch us play these bad games that, yeah, it's one thing to watch a game. It's one thing to say that this is my favorite game from having watched someone long play it, having watched someone else talk over it, play through it efficiently, speedrun it, whatever the case may be. But until you play a game like this for yourself, until you commit to suffering through it, until you deal with every fucking one of these wretched design decisions that this game tosses at you, the map is not the territory. You need to play games like this to understand what they are presenting to you and what they are tossing at you, and to put yourself in that frame of mind of when this game came out and we didn't have the benefits of save states or rewinds or any of that shit, and just think, and try to parse, try to figure out, could anyone have beaten this back in the day? Surely people did. Surely some people did. Some people had nothing but time and patience on their hands to bang their fucking skulls against this game until they made some sort of forward progress. You know, thank God for the level select. Thank God it saves the system memory so you can just come back to it. The one saving grace about the difficulty in this game is just having this screen, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that it is enough. I don't think this game does enough to warrant you finishing it. I don't think this game tosses you enough cutscenes, enough content, enough like rewards or, you know, like pleasantries along the way. It doesn't like bait you. It doesn't give you enough like of a lure to get through it. Like it's one thing to watch the cutscenes. It's one thing to watch Mr. Bones the movie on YouTube and be like, oh, these cutscenes are so cute, are so interesting. This Mr. Bones character is such a card. It's another thing entirely to have to earn those cutscenes, to go hours between them without the benefits of rewinding, to go spend fucking 5 hours trying to get through the icy lake, and then immediately what should be a 30-second level that'll probably take you 2 hours without rewinds to figure out, to this fucking boss level that is interminably difficult, that is impossible, you know, by like, you know, human reflexes and measure, to get this cutscene that's like 30 seconds long before doing another fucking miserable boss fight. When that is the progression, when that is the way that you need to eke these things out, when you need to kick and scream and claw and drag and bleed and sweat to get these cutscenes, it's not fucking worth it. It just isn't. So again, to everyone who has seen this game, who is gonna come at us in the comments saying like, oh, but the cutscenes are so neat. Fucking play it. I fucking dare you to play this. Anyway, that's my piece. 0 out of 5. Goes below my 1 out of 5 on the rating scale because I find this unconscionably bad. I will never, ever, 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 ever play this game again. Not even for money. I have done my time and never, ever fucking again. But feel free to disagree. Either of you two.
Yeah, I disagree. I thought this was all right. First of all, I want to ask you, was this the tone that your original article was going to take back in 2018? Do you think you were going to argue back then that this was the worst game you've ever played?
Yeah, I think I would have. I think if it had come to pass, I would have landed on the conclusion this game is unfucking playable. That this game is a straight up, can't foresee a universe in which a player would have the patience for this, and I certainly don't. And I would have been done with it. I would have rinsed my fucking hands of it and been done.
Okay, well, I'll give my thoughts. This is a game that from the outside would definitely be something that I'd want to give as much the benefit of the doubt to, that I'd really want to be able to champion as maybe, not actually good, but worth its place. It's really bad. It is truly awful to play. It's a shame because I hate it when something is so clearly a passion project and there's so clearly a lot of love put into it that it's just really awful, really painful to play. Truly, like my ire didn't get up when I was playing it, and I think that's just me. It is hard to get me upset at a game or something like that. But just playing it, I could tell oh boy, this is not intended for human consumption. And there are parts of it that I feel are antagonistically designed. There are definitely areas in there where I was feeling oh, that's very much on purpose, and that's a very dick move there. I think I would be more inclined to believe that a lot of the issues that came about this game, I don't know because I wasn't there, none of us were there, but I would be inclined to believe that a lot of the issue with the game in terms of its control, in terms of its readability, or in terms of what they were telegraphing to you in the failings of that, I think a lot of it might be just stretching themselves too thin, because this is going to sound pretentious, but this reads like it's trying to be a concept album of a game, right? It's going through so many different things. It has that spoken word piece in the middle of it as a level. It really wants to kind of touch on everything and try to be so many different things. And I get the feeling that the team just wasn't capable of that. So if there was something wrong with any given part, right? If there's something wrong with the swimming section, it's well, we can spend time fixing the swimming section, but we got all these other parts that are falling apart and not working. And if you got so many, plates spinning, you lose the time to fix any goddamn problem because you spread your focus too thin on everything. I can imagine that being a issue with the game. I'm not going to deny that there are parts of this game that are definitely there's no way to interpret others than being intentionally designed to be frustrating. But I think they had too many ideas cooking at once, trying to do too many modes of play, and not being able to address the issues, the really basic issues of this doesn't control well, this doesn't feel good to play. There are aspects on there that I'm sure felt like it would be a clever idea, the skeletal magnetism thing of how you hold your bones together. It's oh, well, if your health is low, then you have a harder time doing this, and you can rebuild yourself in certain ways. And starting on that, working on so many other things, and not being able to address the issue of, hey, that thing we started on is bad at its foundation, and we would need to start over. But there's so many other things that need to be fixed. I do agree that people should play it, especially if you've not played it before and it looks interesting to you. By all means, play it, feel it for yourself, because it's an entirely different thing to feel the controls and then look at what we were doing, or how we were playing, and being oh, that's why. That's why they were having trouble with that part. But
It's like I said at the beginning, not to interrupt, but at the very beginning, before I was mad, before I was letting my true color show, where I said way early on, hey, if this game looks interesting to you, play it. I knew what I was saying. I knew what I was doing when I said that.
The game, I do find the game, its aesthetic, the cutscenes, the storytelling, I do find that bit charming, and like that's the gameplay can ruin it for people. I'm sure Cass finds like almost no charm left in it after
No, absolutely none.
this experience. But yeah, it's for all that charm that is there, it is so undermined by like every gameplay decision that came along the way. I don't see it entirely as malice. I see a lot of it as like the team too in over their head. They had like too big of an idea, and it didn't come together because no one wants to make a bad game, right? Like a frustrating game.
This
perhaps,
game makes me wonder.
Yeah, I wish this was the game that I saw in the magazines and thought, oh, that looked cool, rather than the game it turned out to be once you actually get your hands on it. So it's a shame. That's my rating. It's a shame out of 5.
Alright. I'll go last then. So the quick summary I'd say is that this is a game that is a lot of fun if you are just watching non-plays. And that might be the best way to experience this game, because the actual playing part of it is, it totally falls apart and it undermines a lot of its charm and ideas. I think it's worth looking at, as the history mentions. A lot of people hired onto this were coming, straight out of colleges and things like that, and having to be taught just the basics of even making a game and working with their tools is a bad idea when you're going this multi-genre. Rhythm games essentially weren't a thing at this point. Like Parappa Rapper 96 in Japan, like a month around this, is considered like the start of that. And this was trying to do a lot of that stuff early. And it's trying to do that stuff and the multi-genre style of rhythm game things while trying to have this platformer underneath it as well. And yeah, as Chuck says, it's right. Like there's not enough focus on any particular style, so nothing feels polished. As I mentioned in the playthrough, I maybe have a bit of a cynical look on a lot of retro stuff. Like anything I think of like this era to the 80s, I think about how a lot of games were just like, we made games harder to beat because that's just how you make games. You make a game through and then you start putting weird obstacles in to fuck with the player, and that was the standard. And there's definitely parts of that as well. I am curious a little bit, at least, to look that Nocturne Dustclaw in the chat mentions the Japanese version is easier. So depending on how different that is, that might lead credence to literally, oh, we just put extra enemies in these parts that, for example, the amount of jumps that would lead you in the bats that you couldn't see because they're off screen and things like that. So there's, to a certain point, I agree that there's that purposeful design, but also just some of that was the standard. But this is just an inexperienced team that, instead of making challenge, is just relying on those cheap parts. And yeah, it's a shame, because I think if a game like this had been made a couple years later, like you look where Nana Onsha was doing kind of musical style games, because ultimately Parappa Rapper and Jeremy are musicals. They are stories where the music parts of what convey big parts of the story and the gameplay and the struggle. And this is mostly what this needed to be, with maybe some of the odd puzzle levels. I think like the big head one where you're bouncing around, like a better version of that, and like very simplified gameplay, not where you're trying to build off of that platforming gameplay, because it feels like they had, like, if that was the core, it feels, heck, it even feels unfinished, considering there's the like bone configuration controls that we literally never needed. Like there are 3 modes. You can like make yourself longer and thinner and things like that, and it just never came up. And so little's communicated about things. It does make me wonder about a similar game, Incredible Crisis. You two heard of that one?
Yes.
has similar vibes to this. I do wonder how that one holds up because I remember seeing some playthroughs and that having some similar issues of just like levels being brutal. It's a short game, but
I,
it takes
I, I'll
you
say
know.
it's way more clear about what you're doing on any given
Yes,
section
yeah,
than Mr. Bones is.
for sure, yeah. Like that's an example of an improvement on that. But yeah, I think this idea, there was potential here, and I think indie stuff in more recent years has done stuff with this kind of like musical games. There's like Everheard, as I mentioned, Unbeatable's coming out, where they fit all their gameplay around rhythm stuff, even if it's like faux platforming or driving. You're essentially just all doing the same cool rhythm stuff, and with hindsight, that's the way to do it. But yeah, it is just a disappointing thing seeing the whole thing together because I the character Mr. Bones, I love him. He's super charming, he's great, and his love for the blues. It's just it's not fun being Mr. Bones. It turns out that's my conclusion.
Well, thank you to the two of you. Thank you for dealing with me and in my some of my saltiest I've been in a while. I think, is that fair to say? Have I gotten this good
Yeah,
and angry in a while?
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was gonna ask if you wanted to go smoke for a bit while we talk.
Oh, I'm gonna smoke an entire pack after we're done with this.
I mean, I referenced I forgot the name. Heart Dragon, whatever.
Dragonheart?
Dragonheart. I've forgotten. I don't know why I forgot the name of it. Highlander. That's a completely different thing because some of the design, very different game, but a lot of the same. Just like
That was
lack of design choices of just like how are you supposed to get through this? I assume only the developers knew.
that game
No
was
direction
routinely
for things.
baffling, right?
Yeah, and there's some baffling points to this as well.
There's
like,
some baffling here, but it's mostly just contemptuous.
Yeah,
For
but I
me,
can't,
like the difference is that this game seems to revel in wasting your time, seems to revel in punishing you for not immediately intuiting it. Whereas a Last in the Clouds just seems
you know what?
largely like confused.
Blahats in chat mentions Blue Stinner, and that's probably a better example of a game that does go out your way to waste time with some of the way that stuff's set up.
Yeah, no, I think that might also be the last time I was this tilted.
Knowledge that you don't have until you've like failed. Until you've beaten a section, you don't know how to beat it, kind of shit.
And that just stuff that's always like a shortcut to just like pushing me over the edge. That seems to be like the quickest way to turn me on a game is just that sort of design ethos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, part of me feels bad for being this mad. Part of me feels sorry that there are going to be people who love this game having never played it before. I'm sure a couple of them will lie and pretend that they've played this game to unlock the cutscenes, that they can somehow understand and intuit and play the game on its own terms. Some liars out there will try to convince me of that. I won't believe them. But regardless, I feel bad for people who have fallen in love from afar, from a distance, watching this game played, and most of the time without the benefit of commentary, right? If you're watching long plays, speed runs, so on and so forth, if you get any commentary, it's going to be pretty light. Speedrunner is more focused on the game than on talking about the game. They assume you already know the game, what have you. And so I feel bad that, we were so harsh on this, but at the same time, I think this is legitimately one of the worst playing video games I've ever played. I just can't think of a single nice thing to say about the gameplay. And it kind of baffles me that the magazines of the time would say, weak gameplay. They would recognize the gameplay as being bad, but they were just so enamored by the presentation, I guess, by the cutscenes, by whatever.
And maybe the multi-genre stuff as well.
And it's just like, did it like break their brains? Was it like, did they run like a trick on them? Did Ed Annunziata like somehow know the secret to getting like high review scores despite making the worst video game of all time by some measure?
I mean, this is maybe hints to things in the future, but it reminds me how I feel about Shenmue, where it's like all the praise of Shenmue feels absence from the actual playing part of Shenmue.
Mm-hmm. But that's,
and you
again,
saw that in older reviews, yeah.
later time, later date. If people thought that our Blue Stinger reviews would be contentious, just wait till they see us talk about fucking Shenmue at some point. But again, another time, another place. Because for tonight, we are done. And on that note, folks, thank you for enjoying this playthrough of Mr. Bones. I knew I was going to get
insert
mad.
the other disc.
Yeah, please open up the tray, put another disc in. Do computers even have disk drives anymore? I don't think they do.
No.
Again, this is either going to be people's favorite playthrough of ours or their least favorite, depending on how much tolerance they have for me being mad. But if you stuck around for the stream till the end, and clearly you're enjoyed some part of this, and we thank you. If you stuck around on YouTube, clearly you enjoyed some part of this. Thank you. If you're hearing this, you're a true fan. You're a true bad game connoisseur, and we thank you. We should take a look at our stream schedule. What's coming up? It's gonna be the month of October, coming soon when the clock rolls past midnight tonight, and we have plans for the month of October. Which ones do we see fit to share here? I gotta remember.
I think everything up until Tuesday.
All right, so
well, wait. Do we know about the patron poll?
Yeah, we have a winner, don't we?
It's got 22 minutes left, so depending on how many votes there are on Patreon separate from Discord.
Well, it's gonna either be Nightcry or Harvester or Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within. Those are the ones that are all tied up with one another.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be Amy. It's probably not going to be Resident Evil 2 on Gamecom. In our poll of Halloween horror games. Whichever one wins, we lose, and we'll begin playing it on Thursday, October the 2nd, to kick off our Halloween festivities. Oh yeah, this game, September 30th. I know we were a little early with this one, but ended up kicking up the Halloween month, the October month anyway. But
hey, it's October for me, so it works out.
Very good. So please tune in Thursday to see the beginning of a wonderful playthrough, I'm sure. And Saturday, you will witness the beginning of a dark universe. Oh! We're back. We blipped out of existence for a second there. Witness the beginning of a dark universe, an interesting theme night, a convoluted theme night that only the Bad Game Hall of Fame is capable of producing, a gimmick that only we can come up with and string together in our typical aplomb. It's going to be a fun one. Please to tune in for that one. Monday will be a casual Monday. I don't know how deep into the theming we will get on casual Mondays, if we're going to stick to October and Halloween and spooky theming across every casual Monday, but I do know...
Oh, I'm going to do whatever.
One casual Monday this month, at the very least, is going to be dedicated to my Halloween tradition and sharing that with the audience at home. Will be the first one of the month? Probably not. It'll probably be the last one of the month. So look forward to that, but also tune in to all the casual Mondays, because we play games that aren't so bad, and I definitely need it. Mm-hmm. I definitely need that after this. So, Tuesday, October the 7th, new playthrough beginning, Silent Hill Homecoming. This one will probably last us the entirety of the month of October. We'll probably take 4 parts,
Yes.
but there's a lot to cover, and I know Johnny has been personally helming the history on it, doing the research. We'll also be the one playing the game, more likely than not.
Yeah.
So, very much looking forward to that one, again, to showcase that one. And then, more stuff, more spooky stuff. A lot of horror games to be expected this October, in case you couldn't gather the gimmick. That's our stream schedule, as much of it as we see fit to reveal here. Hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, might consider joining our Discord server, discord.gg/bghof, a community of connoisseurs, talk bad games, good games, every game in between, things that aren't games. Bad Game Club, a community participation channel wherein we pick a bad game every month for folk to play and commiserate over. Johnny, what is the bad game for the month of October?
Yes, it is Monsters, Inc. Scream Team for the PlayStation 1.
Hell of a pick. hell of a horror game that you picked there. Boy, howdy. Please to consider joining in and participating and sharing your thoughts come the end of the month. We just closed out Burnout Legend on the Nintendo DS, which I have a feeling some people could not make it through, did not have the patience for. I know a couple people did. God bless them.
Yep. All fair with that one.
And hey, if you really like what you saw here tonight, you might consider financially supporting us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame by pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube, any or all of the above. We'll grant you access on that Discord server to our Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote in polls for upcoming playthroughs, make suggestions, help steer the direction of the show generally, and you can even get access to some exclusive content, VODs and the like. Working on fleshing out those offerings, working on making it a more compelling sell point over on that end. And hey, even if you have a gift sub, as many folk in the audience probably do at the moment, that'll still get you into the Patreon Saints server for the duration of that subscription, of that gift sub, unless you choose to renew it, which we really hope you do, which we really hope some of you do. And hey, just knowing that we have folk out there keen to support us, willing to throw money our way, is very... What's the opposite of demoralizing? Moralizing.
Moralizing.
Reassuring. And we personally thank folk who see fit to do that, especially Blahats in chat, who is breaking the record on subscriptions this month, on gift subs gifted and so forth. But hey, we understand that not everyone can financially support us. We completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to help the show out, one of the best ways you can do so is by going over to our YouTube channel, going over to our suggested viewing playlist. That's 20 handpicked episodes that we think make for pretty good onboarding onto this here show of ours. Share it with friends, family, folk that you think might get something out of 3 to 4 hour videos on YouTube of people playing video games and getting a little salty about them. Or maybe you know someone who's a big fan of skeletons. Maybe you know an necrophiliac who would get a kick.
Maybe you know Uncle Derek. Not related. Those two things? Not related.
I'm sorry. I broke myself. I didn't know I was going to say that. Oh, thank God. A little bit of levity at the end of this thing.
I was still going off of the skeleton thing, and then you had to jump in.
Yeah.
More family-friendly bone enjoyer out there.
Anyway, if this is fun, you can send them this video. We leave to your discretion, dear viewer, etc., etc. Who's streaming? Is anyone still streaming at this hour? Let me take a look. There are a few
what's everyone streaming?
Let's go with Hexymaniac, who's playing Blood Rain as part of their Spooktember 2025. We played something by the Blood Rain devs recently, didn't we? It was called The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. So there we go. That's your through line. That's your segue. That's your connective tissue. Than the fact that spooky games abound. So please to let them know that the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you. That will do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I'm going to go smoke a whole pack of cigarettes like I promised. I'll probably just do one. Still have COVID after all. So imagine that stacking on top of how miserable a time I had. Also know that I was suffering physically this entire time and mentally. The brain frog is real, folks. Anyway, I have been Exquisite Corpse Cassidy.
I've been Charky, a skeleton with green eyes. You have no idea where my morality is.
And I've been Jazz Fusion Band, Johnny Baghead.
Very good. Thank you to the both of you. And until next time, bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Toodles.